baseball tonight. Some good ones.
Some good ones came flying in here
quickly
today. Yeah.
That was impressive.
This is a big series. The Cincinnati Reds have played great baseball to start the year. The National League Central has been the best division in baseball, top to bottom, so far in 2026. Cincinnati is 16-9. The Cubs came into today at 16-9, and the Tigers' batting order goes like this. It's presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Hard hit rate, balls 95 miles per hour. Plus, Jahmai Jones clobbered that home run to tie the game yesterday. He's at 47%. Dylan Dingler has been scalding the baseball, Riley Green, as well. And for Andrew Abbott, there have been some hard-hit baseball, specifically on the fastball this year, which is rather odd because he'd done very well with that pitch in his major league career.
Yeah, he has, and his fastball has been getting, like you said, very hard. And one of the things you go, when you do the deep dive, you look at what's going on. There's a lot of pitches in the middle of the plate. He has been getting, he wants to go really up in the zone with it. He's got a high spin rate fastball, should carry well, but it hasn't. He's had a lot of pitches that have been right center cut, and when that happens, listen, this is the big leagues. You put a fastball in the middle of the plate, even at high velocity, it's going to get hit hard, and that's what's happened to Abbott this year. So it's going to be interesting to see Tiger, especially the right-handed Tiger bats, get him close to you. He wants to throw that change. He wants to use that first base side of the plate. He's going to give you something to hit. Just be ready for him when he comes in there.
The Tigers have loaded up in right-handed bats today. Riley Green, Kevin McGonigal, the only lefties. We're about 10 minutes late, and the first pitch is ball one. Eric Backus is the plate umpire today as Jahmai Jones stands in with a pinch hit home run to tie the game late yesterday. And there's a foul ball for Jahmai. It's going to keep rolling away from the ball person. That's a tough play to start the game if you're the ball person.
You know, not ready for it, late, got off the ball late.
Sidewall too.
Sidewall.
Kick.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, you got 10-minute delay, so you're not fresh. 1-1 is in there on a curveball to Jahmai Jones, who has 9 homers against lefties since the start of last year. He has put Garrett Crochet and Angel Serpa in his book so far this year. And that is strike 3 on a breaking ball. So early breaking stuff from Abbott gets him a strikeout, and we'll give you the defense behind him here for Cincinnati in this relatively small ballpark. Steer and Myers and Hines, Hayes and De La Cruz, McLean and Stewart. Tyler Stevenson has the plate today for Andrew Abbott, the 26-year-old out of the state of Virginia. Gleyber Torres has 18 walks. You know what's interesting with Gleyber, Bobby? A.J. Hinch got asked today about his start in the OPS in the 650 range, and he's like, look, rare is the day where you talk about Gleyber having to dig out of a hole.
There's no doubt about it. He's been so good since he's had a Tiger uniform on. But it's not quite the same. He's done a fantastic job of working his walks and even having productive outs for this Tiger team. But the offense, the actual production isn't where he would like. But, you know, his track record says that there's still a lot of baseball, a lot of good productive offensive baseball left in him.
You know, you think about him and you would picture him older because of how he plays, how long he's been around. He's not 30 yet.
You're absolutely right about that. I mean, even the way he just walks around and carries himself, it's a very mature, very laid-back human, and that's how he plays on the field. And you think about him, maybe it's the beard, I don't know, maybe it's just the way he moves or whatever, but you really do. You think he's well into his 30s. He's not, though.
That he'll take inside. And Gleyber Torres will end up at first base. So it's a one-out walk for Torres, and Kevin McGonigal will bat off of 4 straight games with a double for Kevin McGonigal. He is the first Tigers rookie to do that since Nick Castellanos 12 years ago. And Kevin fouls that away. The last Tiger to do it 5 straight times in that department is John Stone in 1928.
He's been off to such a good start.
John Stone or Kevin McGonigal?
Kevin McGonigal.
But John Stone's rookie year, you couldn't take the bat out of it.
Couldn't do anything with him, huh?
No. Well, I mean, look, OPS 935 in 26 games. He had 10 doubles in 113 at bats. He was a doubles machine.
That's production.
Yes.
That's what you're looking for.
I think he might be the impromptu Tiger of the day
He
today.
might be already, right?
That's a strike called to McGonigal. Most impressive thing about him for you so far?
His ability to catalog what pitchers are trying to do to him very early. He very rarely chases it at bad pitches, and if he does it once, he definitely doesn't do it again. When he sees certain shapes from these pitchers, most of these guys he's never seen before, he's able to put that in the catalog and have a good understanding of what the ball's doing and then what they're trying to do to him. And that's one of the things that really comes later in a hitter's development. But he's got it so early in his career. That's one of the reasons that you're so excited about what he's doing.
That's a dart foul. You just watch him and you get the feeling that he was like born to play baseball.
No doubt. There's some guys that are. I mean, and he looks like he's one of them early on. Nothing really phases him. He's very patient. He's very the pace at which he plays is impressive as well. He doesn't move too quickly. He doesn't do anything too fast. But he's just born to play this game.
Abbott to first. Glaber's back to the bag. So there is rain in the forecast. It's cloudy here now. We got pushed back by about 10 minutes. The hope is the band of rain that's supposed to come through in the 8:30 range or so will either dissipate or not happen. And we can try and get a full baseball game in here today, because the Reds do have a ceremony tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's Hall of Fame weekend for Cincinnati. So a bunch of luminaries are going to show up here. Brandon Phillips going to sign a one-day contract to retire as a Red. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Upstairs with that fastball that has played livelier in the past.
It has played lively. There's still a lot of properties you see right here on this replay. He goes upstairs. He saw a lot of breaking balls early on. I think that's what teams are going to start trying to do to him. Spin him away, whether he be a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher, and then elevate the fastball when they've got him in a two-strike count late. And that's what they did there. It's a good piece of execution by the left-hander out there for the Reds.
Strike one to Matt Vierling. From Andrew Abbott, whose strikeouts are down, his walks are up, but there has been no contact so far for the Tigers. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk in this first inning. And again, Cincinnati 16-9. The Cubs are at the Dodgers in an enormous weekend series. Early.
As big as they can be in April.
It's early, but we're like, we're 16% of the way through.
That's
so.
right.
0-2. A little bit down. The crowd reacts to a changeup that wasn't called a strike. He buried one there. 2-2.
Looking for Matt Vierling to continue to get going a little bit. He's a big piece of what the Tigers are going to do. This guy was a very good player for this team 2 years ago. 3-WAR player in 24. Just stop and start. Couldn't get going. Couldn't get right last year due to injuries. I think he's going to have a real impact on this team as we continue to move through the season.
Off the mound to second base. That's kind of how his season has gone so far. McLean handles it. We'll play bottom one. Frombert's coming next.
Vanguard.
No score, bottom of the first inning here in Cincinnati, and this is weighted runs created plus league average is 100. As you would expect, some big numbers for the middle of the order, which has been the engine for the Cincinnati Reds. Ellie De La Cruz, you know about. Sal Stewart has been an absolute revelation in that 4 spot, the 22-year-old. But Dane Myers gets the start against a left-hander on the mound. Tigers starting pitcher, presented by Wallside Windows, is Framber Valdez. So important to keep the ball on the ground here, Bobby.
So important to keep the ball on the ground. And that's what Framber does. 63% is his career ground ball rate. That's ridiculous. But it's down to 54, which is still elite with league average being 43. So look for him to get a lot of ground balls, especially to McGonigal at third, Baez at short. He does that. Tigers should have a good chance of getting deep in this game and winning.
Frommer's first pitch to the former Tiger farmhand Dane Myers is a strike. He was a waiver claim by the Marlins in 2022, then came over to Cincinnati in an offseason deal this past year. He does have speed at the top of the card.
He can run. He can absolutely run.
This Cincinnati team, they play to this ballpark in some regards, right? So they're 11th in home runs, but 29th in slugging.
That's interesting.
How does that happen? Would be the question. They just don't double or triple.
That's exactly right.
For the most part.
They hit them over the fence, or they hit singles and steal bases.
Well, you hit it over the fence here.
Once upon a time.
Oh, don't once upon a time. You're not Cinderella.
You know, I got one in this ballpark. I did.
2-1. That's in for a strike. It's 2-2 for Myers. I'm sure somebody has dug that up in the MLB
I certainly
vault.
Hope not.
Oh, you hope not?
Well, I mean,
I bet you know exactly what pitch type it was.
He was a heater.
Sure it was. Ground ball, second base. Here comes Torres. Safe.
We told you Myers could run.
How you lead with the play, pardon me. It is an infield single for Myers, and there's one on.
Again, ground balls, that's going to happen. A lot of top balls off the bat of these Cincy players. You see Myers hustling down the line. And he makes it, beats the play out. Nothing you can do, nothing How You Lee could do right there at all.
This is his first start at second base as a Tiger. Lee is playing there. He handles this one, rushes to the bag, and turns two. How You Lee. 4-3 on the double play on McLean. Here is the Tigers defense, brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. Green, Vierling, and Jones in the outfield. McGonigal, Baez, Lee, and Torkelson. And then Dylan Dingler has the dish for the Tigers. But that, I mean, look, that is exactly how Framber Valdez does what he does. Sometimes you're going to get a hit off those ground balls, and sometimes he'll turn two.
That's just the game. I mean, especially when he gets that poor contact like that and the guy can run.
Here's Ellie De La Cruz, one of the young stars in all of Major League Baseball, the 24-year-old who has 5 homers in his last 12 games to make 8 for the year. And he has tortured left-handed pitchers in his young career.
This guy is such a dynamic player. He's starting to really break out and come into his own, playing a better shortstop than he has.
Got a whale of an arm over there as he'll take a curveball. You know, it's interesting. The league has, for the most part, liked throwing him off speed pitches.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about the secondary pitch that they like to throw against him, it is off speed stuff. But Framber relies on that sinker curveball combo so much.
Yeah, it is. And you know, when you first get to the big leagues, you got to prove you can hit a heater. Then they're going to start spinning you, and they're going to find those holes. Well, he's starting to close those holes up, both with the fastball and the off speed stuff, as he moves through.
All 3 to How You Lee in the inning, and this is over. 4-3 on that ground ball, and we will go to the second inning. Scoreless.
We have the meat.
Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. Great American Ballpark. Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Tigers and Reds. Fox will have the game tomorrow, and then Dan Dickerson and Bobby will have the call on Sunday. Good continuity of this series. It's nice. 3 here, 3 in Atlanta. This is, though, a tough road trip for the Tigers.
No doubt.
Early in the year. Atlanta is 10 over. Cincinnati is 7 over starting play today as Dylan takes a strike.
And both of those clubs good in their home ballpark. And that's a big deal. Like you said, this Cincinnati team built to play in this yard. Homers, a lot of singles and stolen bases.
Framber threw so many ground balls in the bottom of the first. Abbott decided to throw a ground ball.
That's right.
On 0-1. Left-hander out of the state of Virginia, South Boston, Virginia. That's a ball and 2 strikes. He threw very well in the opener that he threw this year. 6 scoreless against Boston. It has been more treacherous since then. And a ground ball to third. Keep Ryan Hayes, the two-time Gold Glover, handles out number 1.
Yeah, Jason, his first start, like you said, was very good. The next couple, especially the last one against the Twins, it ended early. And just you go back and you look at it, it's just so many pitches, regardless of pitch type, in the middle of the plate. And then you dig a little bit deeper, you look at the fastball properties, you're like, why? This is kind of weird why he's just missing locations the way he is, because the fastball has some properties that should allow it to play a little bit better than it does.
Riley Green launches this one. No ballpark would hold that. It is 1-0 Tigers. Goodness gracious. You think he had a plan?
The plan was to get the sweeper and hammer it. That's what he did. 2-pitch pitcher against left-handed hitters. First pitch fastball sweeper. This sweeper right down in the honey hole for Riley Green. Drops the barrel on it, hits it a mile. Stays behind that ball, saw it all the way. Good catch by a fan, but that one don't count. 1-0, good guys.
That happened fast. Good gracious.
Didn't it?
Yikes. Riley Green continues to get on base at a rapid clip. He's been on base at least twice in 4 straight games. Coming into today, he did it twice all of last year.
He's been excellent. He's off to a very good start. Not just the numbers, but the swings, the takes. He's hit some balls hard the other way. Really like where Riley Green is right now.
And Torque has to feel good after the walk-off yesterday.
You know, it's so interesting. I think Torque is headed in the right direction. The numbers just they're not where you want them to be, obviously.
Abbott got in his kitchen there. It's popped up. Back of second base. McLean goes out, but he's going to leave it to Myers out there in center field. They're 2 away.
That four-seamer got in on him a little bit. He's got a little bit better fastball than we've seen on video. You can tell that today. The swings tell you that. I don't need to look at the metrics. Some of the swings from these Tiger hitters, especially the right-handers, he's trying to get inside on these guys a little bit more so he can go away with that changeup. That's what he would like to do.
So do you just leave that inside fastball then?
He's got to continue to prove that he can get it in there. Then we had to adjust.
Foul ball from Hao-Yu Lee. Ellie De La Cruz at shortstop to end the inning. Riley Green didn't have a whole lot of change in the meter. He's in a hurry.
You gotta go.
15 minutes or less to the parking spot, to the plate. 1-0.
America drives Toyota. Let's go places.
If the Tigers score 3 more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. Bottom of the second inning here at Great American Ballpark. Framber Valdez facing Sal Stewart, who has just been fantastic for Cincinnati this year. 22-year-old who was the 32nd overall pick 4 years ago. He had 5 homers in 18 games last year, and he has built on that to be a Rookie of the Year candidate.
No doubt about it. When you're slugging the way he's slugging right now, he's a front runner in the house early.
They got a bunch of them.
They do.
Around Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great moment to be a young player in this league.
There's no question about it. I mean, these guys are coming in and they're ready. They're not afraid of the moment. It's not bigger than them. I think also too, the cultures within these clubhouses aren't as hard as rookies. They don't have to feel like they have to fit in and step on eggshells all the time. They can just go out there and ball, and that's a big part of it.
We have an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Let's see whether or not that's a strike or a ball to Sal Stewart. Here comes the answer. It's a ball. That was the shortest announcement by an umpire. Eric Baggett said it's a ball.
That's it. That's what we got. That's what we got.
That's all you need. 3-0 is now ball 4. Stewart takes a walk. He is 6 out of 6 in stolen bases, and Cincinnati as a team is 8th in Major League Baseball in steals this year.
You don't always associate a guy who's been hitting as many home runs as Stewart has with the ability to run, but like you said, Jay, 6 out of 8, not afraid. You know, if Tito wants you to go, you're going to take off.
Well, the other piece of it is too, right? I mean, you have a ground ball dispenser on the mound.
Yeah.
The easiest way to stay out of a double play is to send that guy.
Get him going, yeah. They may take some chances where in some situations you may not want to run just for that reason, stay out of double plays.
That ball's whacked to shortstop and knocked down by Baez. It stays on the infield. Javi went soaring for it, but could not collect it. And it's a laser single for Steer.
That's unbelievable. That ball was absolutely smashed by Steer. The fact that Javi got off the ball and it even got a piece of it was remarkable. That was likely headed to left field. Riley Green was going to pick that up. That was going to be nothing more than a single anyway. But just the fact that he was able to get leather on it is incredible. Full layout extension.
He's still feeling that a little bit.
Uncomfortable when you fall layout like that with nothing to get your hands down and break your fall at all.
Yeah, no safety net.
No. Or pillows out there.
Not like Cirque du Soleil.
Exactly.
Right? So this is the spot in the order that changed right before the game. Eugenio Suarez was pulled with mid-back pain. He was supposed to hit in the 5 spot. So Lowe DHs as a left-hander, and it's a ball and a strike. So, you know, you get the value out of the power of Suarez. Lowe is a very professional hitter, but it is left on left rather than left on right.
I can promise you Lowe was not enthused with this surprise play. Usually you get the surprise play a few minutes before the game or just before, you know, guys start going out the stretch and you're like, okay, cool. And then you look out, wait, there's Fromber and he's left-handed, going to be ripping these sinkers bearing into me all day. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good way to spend your Friday.
That works.
In the air center field, Veerling started back. Now he's in on it to make the catch. No tag from Stewart. And there's one away for Stevenson coming up. Now, normally in a situation like this, you're contractually obligated as a broadcaster to say that a double play would get you out of the inning. Stevenson hits the ball on the ground less than 29% of the time. How do you get him to do that?
Getting him in the rocker is what you want to do. And what I mean by that is not just pitching up and down, but front to back. You want to get guys to miss-hit the baseball. The best way to do it, speed them up, slow them down, speed them up, slow them down, and then just continue to alternate your speeds, whether it be with the changeup or with the sweeper or the curveball down.
Huge lead for Stewart. Throw down to third. He is safe. It's a double steal. Man, he was taking that base the whole way. He had an enormous jump.
He stole that one off Fromber and Hao-Yu Lee, who was holding him with the right-hander. Stevenson up. Hao-Yu Lee is trying to keep him close. And that was orchestrated very early. They had something on Fromber that was telling him, hey, we get in this situation, we're going to take off. Stevenson, from a standstill, you don't see that often. Usually when you steal third base, you get a little bit of momentum, but that was a standstill right there with a huge lead. Second and third here.
Corners are in of the infield. We'll see if the middle crashes. It does not. It's about halfway in. Stewart at third, Steer at second, and Stevenson the batter. And while Stewart has picked his spots well in terms of base stealing, he is not the straight line speed maven that De La Cruz is. So on a ground ball to the corners, you're gonna have a play at home.
No doubt about it, especially even on balls that are medium to softly hit, you may have an opportunity. Stewart gets those bags because he takes picks great opportunities to run.
1-2. Check swing. He went. That is strike 3 on a nasty curveball for the first strikeout for Fromber.
Great time to get that first one. You see him, that curveball dips down below the zone. Can't check a swing. Out in front of a change up the pitch before. Really nice job of pitching. Wanted to strike out right there. He got what he wanted. Infield's able to move back and play a more normal position.
for Hines, the former second-round pick out of high school 7 years ago for Cincinnati. He didn't know what that was on a hand.
No idea. No idea.
Don't blame him. 0-1. Now this is where Fromber, with a big strikeout for the second out, he has seen more contact so far this year.
Yeah.
So can he hunt one more strikeout and evacuate himself from this?
He can, because obviously he went up to that first pitch. There was a kind of a swing at nothing for Hines because he was expecting something else. You're playing that guessing game more often than not. The pitcher's going to win those games. And here it goes down below the zone again. Now you got options here. You can try to bounce one, go down below the zone. You rely on Dylan Dingler to do what he does and keep everything in front of him, or you can zip him with a fastball up. And when you're throwing that sinker, you're going to get that fastball up. You got to account for that. It's going to sink down in the zone a little bit, go higher than high right here, or you can go in.
Doesn't have to be a strike for sure. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was a fastball.
You see where he wanted that. Dylan Dingler wanted that up and close to Hines. Now you can use that miss because Hines doesn't know that he wanted it in. He just knows it ended up over there. You can go change up away too off of that miss.
On 2-2. 2 on, 2 out. Swing and a miss. It's a curveball from Fromber to retire the side. So set up the curveball with a heater.
Heater, fastball up and away. Get his eyes up and away from him. Start it in the same spot. Drop it to the back foot. Come up empty.
Got it at Glassman.
Make it out to Comerica Park. Stream the game live with a subscription to your new home for Detroit sports. Detroit SportsNet, presented by Bet365. Subscription includes the Tigers all season long, the Red Wings starting in the fall, subject to national exclusivities. Ball 1. Terms and conditions apply. Subscribe by visiting Tigers.com/Detroit SportsNet. Ball 1 to Javi Baez. And ball 2 to Javi Baez. They're at Great American Ballpark. Game number 1 of a 3-game series. One of a set of games going on around Major League Baseball already tonight. And we are so glad to have you along for the ride. Johnny Kane is downstairs. Bobby Scales, Jason Benetti, our entire crew. Some big numbers on the board around Major League Baseball already today. Cleveland's got 5 on Max Scherzer in the first. Baltimore has 4 on Brian Bayo as well. Javi deep to center field, way back there and out of here. Myers gave it everything. Javi gave it more. It's 2-0.
What a swing. That's the best swing of the year for Javi Baez. Not just because it was a homer, because of where it was. There's a 3-0 count. You know you're getting a heater. A little bit of spray from Abbott. Right center cut. We told you early on he has a lot of balls in the middle of the plate and he's gotten hurt by it. Javi gets the bat going, stays behind that bat ball, and absolutely mashes that ball just to the right of the center field fence. Myers gave it an effort, but it wasn't enough. Ran out of ballpark. That's Javi Baez's best swing of the year. It's not close. He can do that. You're going to see some numbers come up for him.
And part and parcel to it is the advantage count he's in.
No doubt about it. Did a nice job of laying off the first pitch was a little bit close. Big misses with the next 2, and when he got one he wanted, he didn't miss it.
Jahmai Jones skyward to center. Myers does have room to that triangle back there. There's one away. What do you like most about this swing, Bobby?
Well, he gets down on time, tight turn, just delivers that barrel to a middle fastball. He was on time, didn't try to do too much with it. He didn't try to hit it 9 miles to the pull side. He tried to hit it hard in the middle of the field. And when you do that, good things happen. You're going to catch a few of those balls out front. You're going to catch them a little bit late, hit them to right field. But when you stay hard in the middle of the field, you got a chance to cover a lot of different pitch types and velocities, and Javi executed to perfection right there.
He's been through the ringer the last couple days, by the way. That diving play he had in the bottom of the second inning. He had the lengthy run from first to second and back to first and back to second on the foul balls from McGonigal on Wednesday night. And then he ended up scoring from first on the double. Are you back and forth?
Well, I asked him if he was still tired from the McGonigal at bat. He said, yeah. So that's a lot, though.
He knows better than anybody in a Tigers uniform how much of a treat it is to have it be 70 degrees in Cincinnati, though.
No doubt about
Instead of 152.
It can get hot in this Central.
You played in this division.
This ballpark, St. Louis, my goodness, it can get really scorching hot sitting right here on the river, too.
Well, look, with the home runs and the heat, I think Adam Wainwright said it best, formerly of the St. Louis Cardinals. He said this place is of the devil. Waino was over it.
You know, pitchers do say that in this ballpark for sure.
3-2 is inside. Gleyber Torres has his second walk in as many trips to the plate. Waino said there was a curse on this place when he was pitching for St. Louis.
Well, you know, again, he's a pitcher. He should. I think it's a fantastic place to hit.
No, you thought it was Disney
I thought
World.
It was wonderful.
Here's McGonigal. And he'll take a strike. Here it is from Waino. I gave up too many extra base hits, but that's because this place is from the devil. Not only just a curse, a deadly curse.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with Mr. Wayne right here.
I know.
This is a great place to hit.
0-1 to McGonigal, and this is launched down the left field side and arching foul. I wonder why Bobby Scales would think it's Chevrolet's strongest player on the WGN Sports HD channel. Look at you.
Don't look at the line on the board there. Just pay attention to that.
That's not a cheapie now.
No, that's second. That's off the facing of the second deck. I got that ball.
Who was it off of?
Matt Maloney.
Matt Maloney.
I think it was his major league debut, if I'm not mistaken. He's not going in the Reds Hall of Fame, but that's okay.
That's neither here nor there. McGonigal takes outside 2-2. One career home run at Great American Ballpark. These are other guys who have one career home run at Great American Ballpark.
You know, you got to be a real man to hit just one here. That's the key to this equation.
You got some Cooperstown residents. Oh, look out. Kevin has to back out of the way. There's some Cooperstown people on that list.
There's definitely some Hall of Fame players in there.
Yee.
That was close. That was close. I don't think there's anything in that, though. Just trying to come up and in, lost one arm side.
Why you got to do that to a major league debut guy, by the way? But just so you can get on this list?
Nothing personal, just business, man.
It's like J.R. Ritchie for the Braves. His first pitch, he gave up a homer to James Wood.
Yeah.
3-2. Up the middle, into center field, a base hit. Revenge of McGonigal is a one-out single.
You think Kevin McGonigal's going to be worried about some dude coming up and in?
No.
He's still got to throw it over the plate, and when he does, I'm going to be ready for it. Right back up the middle, and that's what you like to see, especially against the left-hander, left on left from McGonigal. Don't try to do too much. Stay behind the baseball, stay inside the baseball, let it travel, and take what the pitch gives you. Sometimes that's it. Good clean paths. It's a single up the middle.
Just to give the people at home, because this isn't virtual reality here, you can't feel what it's like to get buzzed up and in.
Yeah.
But to be able to do what he just did on the next pitch requires what?
You can't be afraid of it. And realistically, there's an inherent trust that you have with the guy that you're trying to beat, that he's not going to hit you in the head again. And you can't be afraid of getting hit by the baseball. You can't be afraid of getting hit up high. I mean, it sounds silly to say that, but that's just kind of how these guys are wired to make it to this level.
Here's Matt Vierling, who takes a curveball for a strike. One to Matt, who bounced into a fielder's choice last time. Cincinnati's bullpen has been dominant this year, so an early lead in this series is of grave importance for the Tigers. Vierling to right center field. That is cap worthy. All the way to the wall. Torres Torres is home. Here comes McGonigal. He is there. It's 4-0. The Tigers are pouring it on here in the third.
Yeah, good swing by Matt Vierling. Didn't want to do too much in that count. 1-1, got a pitch up he could handle. It was a four-seam heater. We told you the struggles of Abbott locating that fastball right where Matt Vierling likes it. He loves to work that swing center, right center. That's right where he wants the baseball, up and away from him. He split that gap. That's good hitting from Matt Vierling.
You said it. He was a big part of this team at 24, and that was vintage 24 Matt Vierling.
That was beautiful right there. Not trying to do too much. That's exactly where he wants it, and his good spot to hit.
Check swing, no go for Dylan Dingler.
And Vierling has a point to prove this year too. I mean, he was a big part of this team in 24. Just couldn't get right with the injuries last year. You know that bothered him as the team trucked on to the playoffs. He wants to do his part to pull on the rope to get the boys over the line this year.
Well, he knows what a deep run looks like. He was on that Phillies team a couple of years ago.
Yep.
1-1 to Ohio native Dylan Dingler from Massillon, Ohio, a couple of hours away. One and two. It's fouled away. Certain that Dylan has logged into the Comptix system.
I'm sure that account is. He's had to borrow some tickets from some friends on the team. Hey guys, you got a few more for me?
Hashtag taxable income is trending.
That's right. Exactly.
1 and 2. Similar check swing to the first pitch. 2 and 2 on Dingler. Vierling at second. Again, with Cincinnati's bullpen being so successful, the best relief corps ERA in Major League Baseball, combine that with how small this ballpark plays. A big lead isn't a safe lead, but it's as safe as you can be.
No doubt about it. I mean, you're right. This ballpark plays real small. You can get back in games in a hurry. But again, talking about Frommer's pitch count's in a good spot right now. He's throwing the ball pretty well. If he can continue to get balls on the ground, obviously those don't leave the yard. It makes a comeback less probable. But again, you got to keep pouring it on offensively in this yard.
2 and 2. That's a changeup that Dingler couldn't get to, and it's the third strikeout for Abbott. So Riley Green will bat with 2 out and 1 on. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Riley Green 405 feet to right center field on the opening pitch of the sequence.
That's a long way. He was waiting for that breaking ball. He got to get me over and got it over the fence.
And he was not going to get that same pitch.
No.
He would have
No
thrown
chance.
him a knuckleball before he threw him that curveball.
He'd have made one up all of a sudden out there.
Let's give you a Bet365 odds update. Here in the third inning, Riley Green 1.5 hits. The over has been very playable recently for Riley Green. We're not here for tips, but just saying. One and two. That's the only breaking ball he's gonna.
That's it, and you could tell that's not a committed pitch from Abbott. He got the pitch in his pitch comm in his ear. He heard it. He's like, okay, I'm really not interested in throwing another one of these, so I'm going to waste this away.
Back to the fastball off the plate away. 3 and 2. Riley Green has fought against the tendencies he's shown recently. Yeah. High fastballs for extra base hits. First pitch breaking ball. He's not going to miss that left on left.
No. He's done a nice job. He went to work in the offseason, changed some things and working on some things, and you see it here.
Breaking ball there, fouled away.
Yeah, he just missed that one. He just missed that one. Another sweeper.
Long inning for Abbott. He got in on Riley's fists there. Steered and left, squeezes the final out of a productive inning for the Tigers. 3-0 to Javi Baez. Farewell. 2 on for Matt Vierling. Gap City 4-0.
All right, back at the Great American Ballpark, and a lot of great Tigers fans have made the trip, including Kyle O'Brien and about 10 of his good buddies here from the great state of Michigan celebrating a bachelor party. How's it going so far? How's the bachelor party weekend?
It's been fantastic. We've all been just hanging out, having fun together, hitting the town. We went golfing today. It was great. We're just all hanging out, having a good time together, just enjoying each other's company.
So how did Cincinnati, how did coming to the ballpark, how'd that come about?
The main reason was the Tigers in town. So we came in because the Tigers were in town, and it's just a great city to be in. I've had a lot of fun coming in and just hanging out with everybody. You know, a lot of good city life and hanging out and everything all like that.
Yeah, it's incredible. I know you live in Troy. A lot of the guys live in Troy, not too far from where I live, in Royal Oak. Have you gotten, so you're getting married to Hannah in June. Have you gotten any good marriage advice that you can think of?
I've gotten a lot of good marriage advice. The best one I've heard was in terms of, you know, helping out around the house and all that was, you know, strive to have a 60-40 in terms of who's doing what, and both parties are trying to be the 60%. So, you know, she's amazing. She's the love of my life, and she always, you know, helps out and everything. So being there, just trying to do everything for each other, it's been amazing.
Good, man. Well, that's pretty good advice that you have. So stick with it. I'm going to tell you one thing that I heard one time. You ready for this one, Jason?
Yeah, please.
So
more marital advice.
This is not for you necessarily, but there was a father and a son, and the dad texted his son. He said, "Today's the day you're going to remember all the days of your life. Savor it. My best wishes and all my love, Dad." And the son texts back, "Hey, Dad, thank you so much, but the wedding's not till tomorrow." And the dad says, "I know." All right, Kyle. Have a great time. Have a great bachelor party weekend.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, you got it. All right, boys, back to it.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry. That was an emotional roller coaster.
He had me, and then he dropped the punchline.
Congratulations to the entire group of friends there.
That's awesome. That's the best part.
Yeah, it is. Johnny has this ability to find the most fun Tiger fans wherever he is. There's a chase on a changeup, and Framber Valdez saw Myers get a very small piece of it. So, I mean, I don't know how Johnny does this, but he'll show up, and then there's a group of 15 people who just came by light plane, you know, from Mercury that morning for a bachelor party. Like, how does that happen? And it's because he's one of the most likable people you will ever meet.
Johnny Kane right there, baby. Making friends all over the world.
2-2. And that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Myers is out, and 2 down here in the third.
Yeah, good sharp curveball here from Framber Valdez. Looks like a strike on the bottom rail. It's not. Just good line and bite to it, and doesn't pop out of the top of his hand so you can recognize it. Looks like a changeup, and then it just bends down and in towards the right-handed hitter. Misses over the plate, and that's a big deal. When you can get that chase down over the plate, it means it looked like a strike early on.
Strike 1 to McClain, and that is really the magic of Framber Valdez in one sequence.
Yeah, for all the world, looks like all his pitches are coming out of the same slot, and then they do 3 different things between the changeup, the two-seamer, and that curveball.
It's a little bit like hanging out with Johnny Kane. You know, comes out of the same slot. personality-wise, then it does 3 different things, like that joke. That was the tunneling of sideline reporters.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, and 2. A little piece of it, but there has been a lack so far of solid contact from Cincinnati against Fromber today.
And that's what he does. He does. Even when you hit it, you don't hit it hard. A lot of balls on the ground, just the 3 strikeouts. But again, Fromber in control of the bat speed, getting guys off balance and getting them to hit it weakly.
Long hold into the deep freeze, and time called by McLean. Oh, and 2 coming. McLean lost all of 2 years ago with a shoulder issue. He came back from that, but wasn't exactly right last year.
No, I think he's still fighting it a little bit. There's some stuff, you know, and who knows, he's certainly not going to make any excuses for it, but he got off to a really good start, and that shoulder injury was significant. Missed the majority of last year, like you said, and just hasn't been the same guy. There's signs, you talk to folks around the Reds, there's signs they feel like he's beginning to come out of it a little bit, but just hasn't been that same guy.
23 was his rookie year. He missed all of 24, as you said, a chunk of 25 as well. He'll have to sidestep that changeup. 3-2 on McLean. Payoff coming. That's a curveball that missed. Oof. It's close.
It was very close.
Cartoon box says it was away.
And not even a pause from Dingler to think about the challenge. So that lets you know. Ellie De La Cruz stepping in. He's going to battle him now.
He was not sure where that was headed.
Again, that's when you talk about deception. You don't get a great look at it from Fromber because of his windup. Closes off to you a little bit. There's a little stab down his leg, so you don't see his arm till late.
Comes through the curveball there, 1-1.
And especially on the changeup in the fastball, obviously they're coming out of the same slot. And that in the changeup and the fastball shape are the same, running down and away to right-handed hitters. It's so difficult to figure out which one he's got.
And you see that reaction on the curveball because of that sinker that started the sequence in part.
100%. And that he changed the shape on that one. That was a little bit flatter curveball. He doesn't throw a sweeper per se, but that one didn't have the depth that some of his curveballs do. Fromber's able to manipulate the baseball like that and change speeds, add a little to the curveball, change the shape a little bit more down, take a little off, make it a little bit wider and flatter.
He'll throw to first, which makes it multiple different breaking pitches.
No, yes, and that is difficult to account for. One thing you want to know as a hitter, I want to know his best fastball, I want to know the movement on it, and I want to know the breaking ball and what it does. But when you've got a couple and you can vary the speed and the shape of it, makes it more difficult to account for.
2-2 on De La Cruz, who had 67 steals 2 years ago. Lightning speed for Ellie De La Cruz and smart speed on the bases. Check swing, did he? He did not. Laz Diaz said no.
It is close. Ooh, that was close from there.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I think that was.
I think he went much more than it looked like.
Yes, I would agree with that.
3-2 from Fromber. And it's ball 4. A bit of a quagmire here in the third. And Stewart will bat.
2 consecutive walks there. Both on one on a breaking ball, one on a changeup. 3-2. And especially the way he had De La Cruz set up. Thinking maybe fastball in, zip that heater in. He elected to do something else, and Cruz reaches base.
Now you got a guy who could be the first Cincinnati Red to lead the National League in runs driven in 41 years.
Wow.
It's hard to believe. 1985, the last time a Cincinnati Red led the National League in runs driven in, and he tomahawks this ball to left field. Riley is there. Riley Green explodes to the ball and retires the side. 4-0 on the Bet365 scoreboard.
Have the meat.
It's time for the call, Sam. Best call. Ball hammered off the bat of just Sal Stewart. Riley Green makes a good catch. Now, you may think that's not that big of a catch. Very difficult. Topspin on that ball. Stewart hit that ball really hard. And it came down like a curveball does, like a Framber Valdez curveball, but Riley Green was there to snare it. Difficult play, a lot more difficult than it looked. Riley made it look easy.
He ran it down and saved the pretty secure 4-0 lead at this point as Torque stands in. Spencer Torkelson had his first walk-off home run since sophomore year of college, he says, for Arizona State. In his 82nd big league home run, his first career walk-off in Major League Baseball. And you would think, well, that's probably pretty well up the list for as long as you could go without a walk-off home run. Mark Teixeira, who hit 409 career homers in Major League Baseball. Mark Teixeira didn't hit his first walk-off homer as Torque lambastes this ball to left center field. That's up the alley. He's going to try for second, and Torque is there standing up. It's a 2-strike double for Spencer Torkelson, who's rather excited about the proceedings. Mark Teixeira didn't hit his first walk-off until his last home run.
That's unbelievable.
Joe Kelly was the pitcher. It was a grand slam. The first walk-off homer for Mark Teixeira was his last career home run.
And these are all guys on this list who can miss balls, and they still go out of some parts. And you would think he hit a fly ball somewhere that just carried out, but he didn't. 408 home runs he's sitting on, and his career's winding down. All of a sudden, he walks off 409, and that was his final home run. That's incredible to think about.
It's bonkers.
Yeah, it is.
We asked Sport Radar for that list, and we got that back, and you look and you're like, we talked to Torque about it.
You couldn't believe it.
And Torque was like, really?
That's unbelievable.
And then Riley Green sitting on the couch. Torque points at Riley. He goes, his first one was a walk-off.
That's crazy.
2-0 swing and a strike.
Yeah,
how you lead.
I like that from how you lead. Don't leave any in the tank. 2-0 right there. You're probably going to get a fastball. Let it go. Worst case scenario is you're 2-1. He's still in the driver's seat.
Behind that fastball, 2-2. Cincinnati's bullpen is already starting. Kyle Nicholas, the hard-throwing right-hander, is getting loose. You could put yourself, if you're the Tigers, in a good position for this series. Yes. Cincinnati did have the advantage of an off day yesterday, so their bullpen is in better shape as we woke up today. You can neutralize that off day advantage by getting in and dipping into that bullpen in game one.
No doubt about it. You can get in there early. It's a good bullpen, very low bullpen ERA with a bunch of hard throwers. But if you can get two things: one, if you can get good looks at these guys in game one of these series, and also two, if you can get them in where these guys have to make multiple appearances in this series, you'll be in a great situation at the end of game two and hopefully into game three.
Three and two. Lee pops it up. Right side of the infield. It's McLean for out number one. Everybody likes a 3-0 green light.
Yes, you do. And Hobby takes that ball. Oh, that's a beautiful swing. We talked about it earlier, but man, does exactly what you need to do with it. Drives it to center field. A lot of times, especially young hitters too. And Hobby's been around the block a little bit, but young hitters will get happy. You'll get on 3-0. Next thing you know, you're hitting a 2-hop ground ball to third because you get a little excited.
No way. Javi's second career 3-0 homer. They both come against Cincinnati.
That's shocking, too.
That was right at the beginning of that weird 2020 season.
Yeah.
Right after summer camp. 0-1. Javi loads up and fouls it away. 0-2. Two 3-0 swing home runs for Javi Baez, and both against the Redlegs.
Wow. That's another hard to believe obscure stat, because I know Javi's had the freedom to swing 3-0 majority of his career, and he's not been afraid to do so.
Kevin Youkilis, I think, told us years ago that he never swung 3-0.
He's the Greek god of walks.
That's true.
Why would you?
It's true. It was a check swing, and he did go. Las Diaz says strike 3. Javi doesn't agree.
See, I still feel like Ellie De La Cruz went further than that.
Well, that's why they're testing out in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
The technological advancement of check swing strikes by essentially the same type of technology that gets us replay reviews on ball strike.
Right. You know, we'll see. I mean, a lot of people didn't think this day was coming where you had, you know, ABS, the challenge system, or full ABS at all.
You're lukewarm on the check swing thing.
I'm lukewarm on the check swing thing. I'm much more. I am okay with the ABS. I'm okay with the amount of challenges. I think they struck the balance properly. It took them 5 or 6 years to get it right. They did different iterations of it and tested it all over the minor league. So
that's smoked into center field. It's a base hit. Jahmai Jones, and run number 5. Torque scores. Jahmai comes through, and the Tigers by a nickel in the Queen City of Ohio.
Another fastball middle from Abbott, and these guys are not missing. We talked about a few years ago how the Tigers have to get better at dominating the fastball. They are dominating the fastball from Andrew Abbott today. He's leaving a lot of them in the middle of the plate. And the Tigers are not missing them. Singles, doubles, homers. You've seen it on the fastball, doing a great job of taking advantage of pitches that are right in the heart.
We've talked about it before, but if you look at the 2019 Minnesota Twins, the Bomba squad that hit all those homers, their slugging on middle pitches was egregious. How much damage they did on pitches in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah.
If you hit misses, you will have a good offense.
Yes, you will.
I'm prepared to say.
It's an accurate assessment, Jason. And it's necessary. You can't miss middle pitches. The guys in the big leagues are too good out there on the mound.
And when I say hit, I mean like you
Impact.
must shatter them.
Yes.
Like do damage on
Those are pitches you have to impact, split gaps, RBI singles, homers. I mean, that's the stuff you have to do damage on in the big leagues. Everybody thinks you hit the good pitches, and we're going to take this pitch that's in on the third, and I'm going to stay behind it, and I'm going to hit it pull side or the one away. No. The pitches you do damage on are middle, and especially on the fastball. Really, regardless of pitch type, but especially on the heater.
in a league that has trended away from fastballs.
Yes.
And we'll see where that ends up this year, because it does feel like with the sinker four-seam combination, we're starting to see more fastball in pockets.
I think what's also going to be a part of it too is we know that the strike zone at the top is smaller as a result of the ABS system. A lot of those breaking balls at the top that you really as a hitter can't do anything with, those are going away, and so guys you're going to have to get back to locating your fastball. I also believe because of ABS.
Pickoff play to first. Jahmai Jones is met by the baseball. Hold that thought.
I'm holding it.
Okay. Holding offense, 10-yard penalty. Jahmai picked off by Abbott. Tigers do add a run. 5-zip.
100. Call Sam.
Journey to Comerica Park Monday, May the 4th for an epic Star Wars night as the Tigers clash with the Boston Red Sox in a battle that will echo across the galaxy. Visit tigers.com/tickets to learn more. Get that sound effect to happen. Here's Spencer Steer. So more on the ABS system in a moment, but we did just happen upon a visitor in the booth during the half-inning break.
Well, you know, the Reds Hall of Fame having inductees. Brandon Phillips is going in, but also Lou Pinella's going into that Hall of Fame. And I was fortunate enough to play for Lou in Chicago when I did get to the big leagues. And little do I know, I turn around and standing in the doorway is Lou Pinella. So I had to run back there and say hello. And again, my stay in the big leagues wasn't that long, so I had to remind him that I played for him. No, but he knew. He knew. Yeah, it was good. He knew.
I saw him recognize you.
He did.
He
actually
did.
So
it settled down.
To be fair, I was surprised, but no, it was great. He gave an old rookie at 31 a chance, and he ran me out there and he played, and I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, he was your guy when you finally made your debut.
Yeah, and he brought me in. There was a story. He brought me in the office and said, "Hey, listen, you know, I know your
was he holding a base when you said it?
No,
there's
nothing he could throw that was available at the time, which I thought was good.
But go ahead.
But he said, you know, your journey, you've had a long journey, you've earned it. I'm not giving you anything. There's no free trips up here, and you've earned it, kid. And I'm going to run you out there, and he did. So I was always appreciative that he just gave me a fair opportunity, and it was fun. It was a good time.
So your first year in the big leagues was his second to last year.
That's right.
As a manager.
That's right.
Yeah. What was he like to play for?
Awesome. It was what you see is what you get. You do a good job, he's going to give you a little nod. If you don't do a good job, he's going to let you know you didn't do a good job. But there was no ambiguity. You know where you stood with him.
Low ground ball to second, and Hao-Yu Lee handles out number 2. Isn't that all you want as a player?
That's it. That's all you can ask for. Give me an opportunity. If I do my job, then I stay. If I don't do your job, or circumstances dictate whether you need another pitcher, another bat, or something, or whatever, you don't fit with the current roster, then you go down. And one of my favorite things, I got called back up, went to New York, met the team in New York, and he found me out in the outfield during BP and said, "Hey, I called for you because I know you could do the job. You got sent down last time, not for anything you didn't do, because we just needed another arm. So you're back. You're going to be in there." And he ran me out there, and he started me that night and hit second in New York.
Man, to think of the opportunity people get in this life.
Yeah.
Just because somebody finally sees what you can do.
It was a slog. It was 10 years in the minor leagues. I spent 10 years in the minor leagues. I had some really good years and didn't get the opportunity because of circumstance, but Jim Hendry and Lou saw fit to bring me up, and I was doing a good job in AAA for a couple of years with the Cubs. I went to AAA in 2008 with those guys, put up a nice year and didn't get called up. But again, you're right. Those opportunities are few and far between, and took advantage.
I mean, when you think of Lou Pinella, what pops into your mind? You close your eyes, I say Lou Pinella.
Colorful mound visits.
Really?
Oh yeah, there was a couple times, and there was one in Milwaukee in particular. He comes to the mound in Samardzija, and Samardzija had walked the guy, and it wasn't a particularly good outing, and he takes the ball from Samardzija, and Terrio standing right next to me, and so Craig Counsell's on deck. We're double barrel down there in the bullpen, a left-hander, right-hander throwing, and he looks at
Soto?
Giovanni Soto, and says, "Hey, Gio, who should we bring in?" He looks on deck, Counsell's on deck, and he looks in the bullpen and says, Gio says, hey, Skip, I think we should bring in the lefty. He goes to Joe West and says, "Hey, Joe, go get me the right-hander." So Terrio's biting on his glove. I had to turn away. I was like in my 5th day in the big leagues. I didn't want to get sent out because I laughed at the manager on the mound. So it was interesting. There's some colorful, interesting mound visits.
He literally asked the catcher, "Which do you want?" and he picked the other one.
He had a big smile on his face too. He knew what he was doing. He just wanted to see what Gio's going to say.
That is amazing.
It's funny stuff, man. It was good.
That is amazing. What a brilliant manager.
He was. I mean, I think that gets hidden behind some of the things you see, the bases and the umpire ejections too.
Left-hand side and foul. Look, we had one of those debuts in the league this week. Just yesterday, Peyton Gray of the Texas Rangers, who had been in the minors since 2018, finally at age 30 Made the big leagues.
My guy, I love it. I'm not over the hill, 30-year-old rookie debut club. He's in the union. I'll be contacting him soon.
It's a ground ball foul. I mean, he was in A ball with the Royals, A ball with the Rockies, Indy ball in Milwaukee, right? You're playing in a major league city, but independent ball down the road.
That's a whole nother category of the old rookie club.
3 years in the Mexican League.
Wow.
Double-A with the Rangers, Triple-A with the Rangers, and then now this year makes his major league debut just past 30.
Good for him.
He turns 31 June the 2nd. Peyton Gray.
Good for him.
And he spent some time in Michigan. He's a Florida Gulf Coast and Western Michigan alumnus.
Bronco.
So he spent some time in Kalamazoo.
There you go. The
Fighting Tony Scheffler.
That's right. Z-double-O.
1-2. Off the plate in 2-2 on Hines, the 25-year-old. That is a great Lou Piniella story. That's an 11 out of 10.
It was so funny, man. I'm like, okay, I don't want to laugh. I don't want to sit out, go back to Des Moines. So I was laughing at the skipper.
2-2 in for strike 3. Fromber locks up Rhys Hines. Yeah, that's what you didn't want to have happen.
That's right, son. That's right. Here comes our Comerica Bank game summary. Tigers just pounding fastballs all over the place. We talked about the damage that has to get done middle. You throw it in the middle of the plate, it's a heater in the big league, just got to get punished, and the Tigers were all over it today. Veerling opposite field gap, Javi went home run. Jahmai Jones in the middle of the field. That's what you want to see from big league hitters, getting fastballs in the middle of the plate. You got to let them know he cannot come in there and get unharmed.
You are such a pro at that Comerica read. It's like you've been doing it on radio.
Well, we got one of those over there.
Yeah, you do. Kyle Nicholas, the new pitcher, just 4 innings for Abbott. It's our Wolfside Windows pitching change, and Nicholas will face 2, 3, and 4 in the order, and hopefully the 5 spot in the order, because he and Dylan Dingler were best friends growing up.
Oh boy.
Massillon Jackson High School. They've known each other for a long time. They won state titles in baseball and basketball together. They played youth baseball as well, so that's 4th in the innings. And with the Reds needing some length here, you would imagine Nicholas going to see Dingler one way or the other.
Yeah, probably. No doubt about it.
Yeah, he yanks that one. A fastball, 3-1.
I want to see some Dylan Dingler hoop footage. I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that.
I'm sure there's. I mean, good. If you'd have asked me, I'd have thought he wrestled, but he played hoop. Okay, I'm interested now.
I mean, the Buckeyes, and I know I shouldn't say this around you, but the Buckeyes put him in the outfield.
I believe that.
When he's in college.
He's a tremendous athlete. He can run a little bit, period, full stop, not just for a catcher. He beat the ball out yesterday for that RBI.
Yeah, he did.
That was, you know, he had to get down the line a little bit on that one.
That's Glaber's 3rd walk, by the way, in 3 trips to the plate. So we'll see if he threatens the major league record of consecutive plate appearances with a walk as we move along this series. But there are certain times Glaber just has that force field activated.
He does.
He got 21 walks this year now.
I mean, he doesn't really chase. He always controls the hitting zone, but that is a very high amount for this point of the season.
McGonigal takes a curveball. So the league leader in walks. This is a lot. Nick Kurtz has 27 for AF.
With the damage Nick Kurtz did last year, I'm not altogether surprised by that. People are not trying to give him anything to hit.
No, and Mike Trout's got 25 of them. James Wood 23, and then Murakami of the White Sox.
I am surprised by James Wood, but I mean, again, young hitter. And Murakami not so much, because he's going to chase. He's kind of a 3 true outcome guy. He really is. He's going to hit homers. He's going to punch a lot, and he's going to walk his share because guys are dancing around the zone. So, you know, he's an interesting guy too. We're going to get a good look at him being in the Central, but he's an interesting guy on that list.
Yeah, we'll see the White Sox in May. Murakami just had that run of 5 straight games with a homer as McGonigal is playing dodgeball in there. All we need is Rip Torn to show up. Two and two. That's in again on one of those breaking balls you're talking about. 3-2 on McGonigal. Veerling is next, scheduled. The Tigers up 5-0. You would imagine the pinch hitters wouldn't flow as quickly, but we'll see. 3-2, and that is ball 4. 2 on, nobody out, and here's a message from Tiger Law.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Tiger Law your first call. Tiger Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
2 on, nobody out. Derek Johnson, the pitching coach, takes a walk out to the mound for Cincinnati. 2 walks in the inning. Veerling will bat, then Dingler, as the Tigers try to take this opener after a 10-2 start at home.
Yeah.
And home and road, you know, like sometimes that's just noise. But also the Comerica Park crowd has been lively. You can see the energy that this team builds off of. The road thing's another question, though.
So it's funny. I think it can be both. And what I mean by that is I do think this team plays better at home. The crowd, just the impact of being in that ballpark. The road thing, I think, is a little noise right now. If this were a young team, Jason, I would say, okay, there might be something in it on the road for whatever reason. I don't. These guys have experience. I mean, obviously McGonigal's a rookie, but these guys have experience, and they have experience together with this coaching staff. There's nothing really new to the equation of going on the road in the big leagues. So I think there's a little noise in that. They're going to get back to playing at the level on the road that they're accustomed to.
Feels like it.
I think so. I definitely think so.
And some of it's scheduled too.
Sure.
It's just, and Minnesota is like being in Stockholm. That series.
Yeah.
It's 4 games, and you look and you're like, well, I got all 10 of my fingers and all 10 of my toes.
That's a win. Let's get a Dodge.
Sweeps, whatever, but all the digits are here.
That's fine. They still work properly.
Most of them. 1-1. Don't want to speak for all of them. 2-1. To Matty V, who doubled in 2 in the 3rd. Two one coming. That's in there. Over the top from Nicholas. It's our CNL Ward on deck hitter, Dylan Dingler. Very good friend of Kyle Nicholas. That at bat is on the way, and his friend is kind of stewing in it after back-to-back walks. In the air, left center field. Steer makes the catch. Here comes a tag from Torres. 1st and 3rd, and now the reunion of the Massillon-Jackson Polars. Dylan Dingler, Kyle Nicholas. They grew up together. They played travel ball together. They were best friends. Nicholas and Dingler together again.
He may not be able to make eye contact. Sometimes you look at your buddies you've grown up with and you laugh out there. You just got to look at a spot above his hat or something and shift your eyes to the window.
First pitch. He threw him a fastball.
He sure did. 98. Didn't run away from him.
Both of them drafted in the 2nd round in 2020. Dingler by the Tigers. Nicholas by the Marlins out of Ball State. And life has brought them together. Dylan Dingler was the first pick of that 2nd round. 23 picks later, Nicholas got selected by the Marlins.
That's awesome.
One and one. Dylan takes inside. No reaction. Dylan Dylan has that ability to kind of just put the emotion away.
He's so steady all the time. He's the same guy. It's amazing. I think that's one of the reasons he's really, really good behind the plate and is able to balance the offensive side of it too.
Finally spun him a slider off the plate away, 2-2. Yeah, Dylan is a really interesting cat because he has a personality.
Yeah.
When it comes out, when we're sitting talking to him on the podcast, he's an extremely likable young man.
Yeah.
But you watch him go about his business and you would think like Corey Kluber, you know?
Listen, he's a serious dude. You look at him from afar, you up on him. He's a big dude. He's very serious. And then, like you said, you start talking to him, and his personality comes out. He's a joy to be around.
And to be fair, Corey Kluber has a great personality, too.
Yeah.
He doesn't show it on the field.
That's right.
2-2. And a throw to first on McGonigal, who squealed the brakes. He started moving from first, then ripped back to the bag and got back there safely. 3-2.
McGonigal had a decent jump, and he shut it down. It was a good job of redirecting that throw by Stevenson to first base.
I mean, Nicholas went down to try to avoid a possible throw to second. There's no guarantee Stevenson's going to throw through even.
I agree.
3-2. Kevin runs, and it's a foul ball. So just like they did in the backyard with the wiffle bats.
No doubt about it.
Long sequence.
Late dusk. You can barely see the ball.
But you have all this history. Like, you know what he likes to throw. You know what he likes to eat, what he likes to play, video games. Like, you know what movies he hates.
In all seriousness, that's where Dingler has to kind of shut his mind off and stop thinking, because he, you know, as a catcher, but also two, as a guy who knows what he likes to throw. You can dome yourself a little bit here. Just see it and hit it.
He fouls it away on the slider. You imagine how many television sets and iPads and phones from that community are watching this and thinking like, oh, you remember that time back in 4th grade?
That's fantastic. All the guys who said they struck Dylan out when they were when they were kids.
3-2. Dingler hits it high in the air, first base side, foul ground. Now this becomes a total stalemate and a marathon. It's going to be a 9th pitch between these two very close friends.
There are texts flying right now in that little friend group from back in the day in Massillon, for sure.
You know they're calling pitches.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
3-2. On the ground, back to him. Nicholas goes to second. Double play. Nicholas gets off the mound against his friend.
Is our fight.
We told you how important it is for Fromber to keep the ball out of the air. Well, he's throwing these balls at the bottom of the zone. Some of them are sinking below. He's getting some swing and miss, some check swings. That good curveball with that good downward action, and that comeback sinker inside front door. You can't do anything with that. No shot, and that's why Fromber's in control of this thing right now. Done a great job getting some swing and miss, getting some weak contact today.
3 strikeouts on the curveball. He's sprinkled in the changeup. There's so many tools that you can use Baseball Savant for on the web. One of the things you can look at is where the pitches have gone over the course of the game. And you could argue that Fromber has thrown maybe 6 pitches above the strike zone.
Yeah.
And dozens below the strike zone. That's where he lives. Right. That's not a surprise.
Right.
But he hasn't missed up very much today at all.
No. And again, this team is built to take advantage of some of those mistakes up in the zone. And he hasn't done that. Done a great job today.
McGonigal with a cross diamond peg. Key Brian Hayes is down.
Yeah, just a routine ground ball by McGonigal. The thing that he's done a really good job of at third base, he's played some third base in his development, not as much in the middle of the infield. It is a very north-south position. What I mean by that, the ball's going to tell you to come get it or come back and retreat and field it. That time he has to retreat, shows off that arm. I know a lot of people have said, can he stay on the left side? Can he stay at short? Does he have enough arm? He has shown plenty of arm strength to do what he needs to do on that side of the diamond.
That jump throw he made in the hole at shortstop pretty much answers all those questions.
No, that was a very impressive play. And he didn't really get to great balance when he was in the air. But he knew he had to get rid of it and get the ball in the air towards first base. And it's also the thing that is just remarkable about what I've seen thus far with him is how accurate his throws are. He hits torque in the chest more often than not. It's one thing to have a strong arm. It's another thing to have a more than strong enough arm, and it's accurate as well.
Look, Kevin McGonigal's addition will not be the last addition to this club.
No.
As the years go by in terms of athletic position players. As Fromber has thrown 5 walks tonight, which is rather arresting, but given up 2 hits.
He's had some traffic, that's for sure, but he's been able to get ground balls to get out of these innings or make pitches to punch guys out in key spots like he did back in the second.
Matt McClain is the rare double first-round pick out of high school, 25th.
Wow.
To the Diamondbacks. Decided to go to UCLA.
Not a bad choice.
No, good school.
You might have heard of it. Big Ten school.
Big Ten school. I love joking with AJ Hinch about him being an ACC legend out of Stanford. He hates it. Not that he dislikes the ACC, just the look could kill.
But I mean, the whole conference went away. I'd be mad if my conference just ceased to exist as well.
No, I did the last Pac-12 basketball tournament. And it felt so weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's
just weird. And you know, good for the ACC for finding a home for those teams, and good for the Big Ten and all that. But like,
it's not right. Not the same.
Weird.
It is weird. It is odd.
You look at the schedule, you're like, oh, SMU Cal for 3rd place in the Atlantic Coast Conference. 3-1. That ball's elevated to center field. Veerling is back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. McClain goes deep and finally pays off one of those walks. It is 5-2. You said it. There are signs that Matt McClain is finding it again.
Yeah, listen, this guy was a really good player 3 years ago. And again, we talked about what happens to fastballs middle of the zone in the big leagues. That was just a sinker that was up over the outer third. McClain got the barrel to it, didn't miss it. And to your point, there's a shelf life on walking this many guys and getting away with it. He's been down. We just showed you how effective he's been at not missing up today during the game. That was one of the first pitches he's gotten up, and Matt McClain made him pay.
2 challengeable pitches in that sequence that could have flipped the count. Instead, it's a 2-run homer. And so it's 5-2. In this ballpark, this is a small lead as Fromber will take aim at Ellie De La Cruz. Cincinnati has its 28th home run as a group, nearing the top 10 in Major League Baseball. Strike on De La Cruz. Well, you see what happens when Fromber does miss up there, right?
Yeah,
that fastball, we were talking about it.
It's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and it has some arm side run to it, but it doesn't have the sink. And when that sinker gets up a little bit, it becomes much more hittable. When it's down, it's diving down and away or down and into left-handed hitters.
He might have gone. Ooh, wave it off, says Laz Diaz. Can you get him to check swing strike?
Apparently not. Apparently not tonight.
I don't know that he did there, but there have been 2 close ones. 2-1, trying to fish out a strike on the inside corner, and Fromber missed. It's 3-1.
He's having a tough time getting that sinker arm side, or glove side, I should say, that's in the right-handers. He wants to run that back over, just over the edge. He's not been able to do it as much as he wants to tonight.
The right side base hit. And we'll see if Ellie De La Cruz becomes a running threat here. Dylan Dingler is very good at shutting down a run game, and you see Finnegan up and loosening. A.J. Hinch knows how important this trip through the lineup is, and the control issues for Fromber are going to end his night prematurely in the 5th. 5-2 Tigers here in Cincinnati in the 5th.
IKEA, dream the possibilities.
Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Home runs galore so far tonight. Riley Green a homer, Javi Baez a 3-0 homer, and the most recent one for Cincinnati, a Matt McLean 2-run shot to center field on a 3-1 pitch from Fromber Valdez, which was sort of the canary in the coal mine for his night. He's out after one more batter, and our Wallside Windows pitching change is Kyle Finnegan early in this game for a reason.
Yeah, early because he, A.J. Hinch, this trip is tough. He knows that. He'll tell you he's thinking about tonight, but there's no doubt he's looking at a macro level too. He wants to win this first game on this road trip with 2 tough National League opponents. He's up 5-2 right now. He's bringing his leverage guys in to make sure this thing stays right where it is.
Finnegan will face Sal Stewart. 1 on, 1 out in this 5th. Runner goes, De La Cruz, throw to second. He is out. Dylan Dingler throws an absolute missile to second base. A vapor trail behind it to take down De La Cruz.
De La Cruz did not get a great jump, but it didn't matter. Dingler threw an absolute seed down to high U lead. Good snap tag, but that exchange and that arm strength, you wonder why Dylan Dingler won a Gold Glove. You see part of it right there. He got a good pitch to throw on. Great exchange and threw an absolute seed. 187 pop time, 87 miles an hour on the arm strength.
I mean, when Ellie De La Cruz steals a base since 2023, Cincinnati wins 63% of the time. When he doesn't, they are an under 500 club at 467.
Wow.
It's not everything.
Wow.
But it's an indicator of how free the offense is and how active the offense is.
No doubt about it. They have that threat over there at first base. They can really change things.
We need a pitch comm that's molded to the ear, by the way.
Here's the jump for Ellie De La Cruz. You see that little false step with that right foot. Didn't get it. It wasn't a great jump. It was pretty good. But Dylan Dingler just erased it with that throw.
I mean, Dylan could win some Gold Gloves. Like,
he's
more than 2.
He's going to.
He's the Tigers' Wemby.
You're right.
Three and 1 to Stewart. Finnegan is in there with a strike. 3-2.
It's so big to find outs on the bases, whether it be a back pick, whether it be throwing a runner out. It's so huge to want to control the running game, but also this inning just got calmed down, not by a strikeout, not by a good defensive play, so to speak, with the ball in play, because Dylan Dingler was able to dominate the running game the way he is.
And you don't see Cincinnati all the time.
Right.
What that does is possibly change their calculus for the next 2 days.
No doubt about it. Yeah, absolutely. And, this is a very aggressive team. You can't stop being who you are, but you might be a little less aggressive knowing you have a guy like that throws that the way Dingler does behind the dish.
3-2. That is strike 3. Finnegan goes to the attic, and Stewart left in his wake.
Heater up. Nothing you can do with that one.
Or on
Don't miss our next giveaway. It's Saturday, May 2nd in 8 days. Tigers and the Rangers. Be one of the first through the gates and receive a caricature crew neck presented by Comerica. First pitch is at 7:15 p.m. Visit tigers.com/giveaways for more information. Riley Green prominently featured as a caricature on the caricature crew neck. It's like some nice texture there. That's one of those.
That's one of those. I'll wear that.
Yeah, you give to somebody as a Christmas gift.
That's right.
Or you keep it for yourself. Riley Green, first pitch swing. He did that to great effect in the second inning on a breaking ball from Abbott. We've reached the 6th. 5-2 Tigers with some huge scores on the board around Major League Baseball. The Orioles have 9 tonight against the Red Sox. Cleveland has scored 7 against the Blue Jays. They're up 7-3 in the 5th. Boy, Kansas City just cannot get on track. They're 8-17.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you thought this team was going to be a lot better than a year ago. Had a lot of injuries. Didn't get a lot of production from the outfield last year. Now it's all kind of all gone downhill for them.
In danger tonight of falling 10 under. They're playing the Angels. Yusei Kikuchi is on the hill for Anaheim. Oh, the Rockies have taken a lead on the Mets. 2-1 in the 6th. That would go over well.
Oh, mercy.
2-2. Pirates are leading the Brewers 2-0 in the 5th in the National League Central, where everybody's over 500 still, and will remain that way for at least another day. Milwaukee's the closest to 500. Feels like Riley's contact has increased over the past week. Like there's just more contact.
No, I think that's right. And I think it goes back again to how he really focused on training this offseason, on just really focusing on, I think, cranked up the velo machine, shortened up his swing a little bit.
He punches this over shortstop. That is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Take what the count and what the pitch is giving you. He's going to have plenty of opportunities to launch. He does not need to do too much. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in. He gets jammed, but it's a good path. It's a line drive path, and he gets jammed, and he's able to nestle it over Ellie De La Cruz, which is no small task. It's 6'6", into left field. If he tries to do more with it, he gets jammed. It's a dribble to first base, and he's making a right turn. Instead, he's on first base with a base knock.
Torque takes in the dirt. Man, what a pick by Stevenson there. Yeah, the growth from Riley Green, he's 25 years old. Again, we've seen him for a while now, so you know the tendencies.
Yeah.
You get used to it, and you file away the things you both like and you don't like as a fan because you've just seen a ton of games. But this is pretty clear growth over the past week even.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the stuff you worked on in the offseason, the stuff you took into spring training, and the stuff that you stayed with it in the beginning of the season to kick in. You're seeing that happen with Riley Green right now.
Torque golfs that foul. Some crossfire here from Nicholas. He missed a wave twice to Torque. 2-1.
And I think, Jason, you talked about it, that growth. I mean, it's 36 and 111 last year. We know that, but there's still a lot of growth, which is the scary part about it. There's still more space to get to that ceiling of Riley Green's game. He's just 25 years old. He's another one. You think he's a little bit older than he is because we've seen him for so long.
And the clubhouse jokes with him about how he runs.
It's fantastic. It's theater down there.
That's ball 4. Nicholas missed out of the zone 4 out of 5 pitches. And a message from our Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease an F-150 XLT for only $349 a month for 36 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
2 on, nobody out, and how you leave the scheduled hitter, but Colt Keith's going to bat for him here. So now A.J. Hinch later in the game, closer score, will unfurl the red carpet for his pinch hitters.
Yeah, I think early in the game he didn't want to displace Matt Vierling for a couple reasons. One, it was a little earlier than he wanted to. The second piece is there's going to come a point in time this year where Matt Vierling may get an extended run. He might get hot. He might have another unfortunate injury, whatever, where he's going to get an extended run. He's going to see some right-handed pitches. So any at-bat he can get for a guy in a situation that makes sense, that's the same side of the platoon, he's going to use it.
First one to Colt is ball one to Colt. First home run for Colt Keith would be nice. He's got 7 doubles to his name, pushing that OPS near 800 as he takes a strike there.
Love how Colt's gone about it this year. Just the relaxed nature. Really just trying to clear his head, use that rhythm he's built on the offseason, what he really worked on, stay loose. Some folks are worried about the power coming. It's coming. It's coming.
He's hit the ball hard.
And that's the thing. He's hit the ball hard. He split some gaps. As he gets into the summertime, he's going to hit some balls over the wall for sure.
He takes ball 3 there. See if he can grip it and rip it for an A swing this time.
Absolutely. 3-0, you're going to get a fastball right here. 3-1, I should say.
That ball snaps at him. It is 3-2 for Keith. I mean, he's in the top 6% in baseball in hard hit rate. He's in the top 1% of squaring up the baseball. That's a lot of good news before the first home run. 3-2, smoke to right field. That was a seed, and the bases are loaded for the Tigers.
Talked about it. He hits the ball hard. He's been hitting it a lot. That's a heater that's middle. Gets that barrel out, hooks it into right field. Riley had to have a look back at second base, but this is it's a small outfield. And Hines did a nice job of closing the distance. Didn't have to uncork a good throw. Joey Cora had to hold him, which doesn't happen often.
So bases loaded. Nicholas is leaving. Nobody out for the Tigers, trying to break it open when we come back.
Get it in the DQ app.
Back here at Great American Ballpark out here in straightaway center field, Colt Keith loads the bases here for the Tigers. Keep in mind, guys, remember he grew up or was born in Zanesville, Ohio before moving out west and then spending his high school years in Mississippi. But he had his first multi-home run game of his career in this ballpark as a rookie. Says you always feel good coming back to a place like this. We'll see if he can be a part of a big inning here for the Tigers as Javi Baez steps in.
Javi takes ball 1. Johnny Colt was all over the place as a kid. You mentioned it, out to Utah and the desert Southwest, Mississippi as well. And he was basically traveling to play baseball as he stands over at first, and Javi swings through a curveball from Pierce Johnson, the veteran 34-year-old on the mound, and he throws nearly 3/4 of his pitches to right-handers. That curveball, our Wallside Windows pitching chain.
Yeah, it is. 72% of what he does at home plate is that good curveball. The fastball's a good one. It's 94, 95 miles an hour.
Chopper to shortstop. Home with it for De La Cruz, and the throw to first is in time.
Looks like Javi beat that at first. AJ's got his hand in the air. And they are going to challenge.
Tigers will challenge. It's a double play for now. It's 6-2-3.
Detroit is challenging the out call at first base.
Well, as Diaz said out, we will see on the replay how it looks. I think he beat it. I think you're right.
He beat it too. It was a little bit of a slow developing play to shortstop too. It was a chopper.
Well, that's close.
However slow it was, De La Cruz made up for it with that throw to Stevenson at home. Boy, that's close.
I'd say he's safe. We can roll it back.
Is there enough to overturn it? The call on the field, the out call.
You're right, Bobby.
That's the thing.
That's where you start.
Right. I got him on the bag. I got him on the bag, Jason.
Compared to the one that we saw a couple of days ago that ended up getting overturned against the Tigers, that one's pretty similar, and I feel like this should get overturned.
I think so too.
The crowd's looking at it, but there are a bunch of Tigers fans here too, so it's a little difficult to tell as we ask the audience.
Phone a friend.
Yeah, an audio form. AJ Hinch will wait and see. Here's our Supremo look with help from the Cincinnati side. That's really close.
That's really tight. And I think, again, you're trying to discern, is there enough to overturn the initial ruling on the field?
This one, it looks like he's safe. It's not in the pocket yet there. I mean, that's not in the glove yet. So we'll see.
After review, the plan's been reversed. Runner is safe. Detroit retains the challenge.
Yeah, that looked right.
I think that's right. Yeah.
It's a big call. It's an enormous call in this game because Kerry Carpenter is going to pinch hit now for Jahmai Jones. So score at 6-2 on the fielder's choice. Green is out. Torque to third, Keith to second. They're loaded for Carp. And boy, could he detonate this game. First pitch, called a strike.
Guys like Johnson are so difficult to hit off of because you're taught. Get on the fastball, stay on the fastball. Well, this guy's throwing 3/4 of the pitches home or that curveball, and it's a good curveball. When he locates it, you can't hit it anyway.
And he comes with a fastball, which might be the best pitch you see in the sequence.
And that's why you stay on it, because that was a fastball middle. Kerry had a rip at it and missed it. And he's not showing it right now, but as a hitter, I mean, look at this right here. That is center cut. That's what you want coming off the bench. You don't want any tricks. Give me the straight fastball. He got one and missed it. Now you're just in a situation where you're in a street fight and you're fighting.
You're just defending yourself.
That's it. Trying to find a way to put the ball and play hard somewhere.
Two strikes. Johnson to Carpenter. On the ground is short. De La Cruz. Line to him. Double play. Inning over. 5-2. Bottom six.
Love your fandom in store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Soft line drive off the bat of Kerry Carpenter doubles off Colt Keith. Now here's the thing, you got to remember on the infield, you got to assume that every infielder can dunk a basketball. And that ball was well below the height. Ellie De La Cruz caught it head high. He's 6'6", but also too, understand where your infielders are standing. He was right behind Colt with the left-handed hitter Kerry Carpenter up. You'd like to see Colt understand where he was and where his, more importantly, where the fielders were on the field. Listen, it happens. Fortunately, it wasn't a, it could be a big spot, but let's hope that the rest of the boys can bail him out the rest of the game.
This feels like one of those games that you really wish you would have put up one or two more.
And that was one of the situations there, too. If he could scamper back to second base, who knows what happens next, but...
Instead, it's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Cincinnati. Steer, Lowe, and Stevenson coming up. Spencer Steer singled to shortstop in the second. Tigers have played massive defensive musical chairs here in the sixth. As that is right there, strike three. Steer is out as Colt Keith stays in the game. You saw he's over at third. Javi Baez moves to second base. Kerry Carpenter is in right field. And then Kevin McGonigal moves to short. So the hope was there that you could jackpot a pinch hit opportunity or two and give yourself some leeway here in Cincinnati. Instead, you shift the defense around. It's the risk you take to go for those pinch hit swings. And now the Tigers will just kind of have to hang on to this lead. 2-0. A strike.
Finnegan's got pretty good stuff tonight. Fastball's got some pop to it, some life. Jason, I think our window is starting to close.
Yeah, there's rain coming. Fans are climbing, and so is this baseball. Low homers. It's 5-3.
Finnegan's been pretty good at keeping that splitter down all year long. This was not one of those occasions, right in the middle of the zone. And let there be no doubt. Big fella gets extended, and that one's about 20 rows deep.
Left-handed power for hire. Nathaniel Lowe goes way long. And here's Stevenson, who swings through a strike. There is a lot of red and yellow on this radar. Like a lot of it. Like until 11 o'clock. So, send in your questions. I mean,
get them ready.
Johnny Kane's on his way to the booth. There, I mean, it is a lot of yellow and red here. So the question is, how long will they let these teams play? It is bearing down on us here in Cincinnati. I assume, based on what I'm looking at on the radar, there's thunder and lightning on the way.
Probably, likely.
That's strike three. Finnegan punches out Stevenson. 2 gone.
Yeah, good recovery there. That's an absolute dart down in the zone. It was in the middle of the plate, but it was down. You can live with that. Stevenson clearly looking for that splitter. And not only did it not move, it just rode out right into Dylan Dinger's mitt.
2 out for Hines. Ball 1. Well, the good news is it's an official game.
That's true.
One and one.
Looks like it's trying to lighten up a little bit, but again, based on the.
Have you looked at the radar?
I'm looking at yours now. It doesn't look great.
I'm going to show you what we're in for.
Yeah, that
looks like a dragon.
That's not great. My normal Doppler Dan.
Yeah.
Is in the other booth tonight.
That is fair and down the line. Off the bat of Hines, rippling into the corner. He's on his way to second. He has an idea for third, but he lost his helmet. Then he broke it down at second. He'll take the double, and Key Brian Hayes will come up with 2 out and a runner on. There's the fallen helmet.
That wasn't a bad pitch by Kyle Finnegan. It was a fastball down and in. Hines does a nice job. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the opposition. That's one of them. Gets to that fastball down and in, slices it inside the bag. That's hard to do. Ideas for third base, but in this ballpark, there's not a whole bunch of triples, even if you can run a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a great triples ballpark at all.
No, very small gaps.
But the home run deal is how this park got a reputation around the league and maintains that reputation. Is Key Brian Hayes is the batter, and he takes a strike from Finnegan.
Batter's challenging the call strike.
ABS challenge presented by Figer Law. That's a strike.
Call's confirmed as a strike. Cincinnati has 1 left.
Reds lose a challenge. They have one remaining. It's a ball and a strike. He's a big batter here for Finnegan because there's no guarantee the Reds are going to come up again with the rain.
He needs to retire Hayes right here. Off to a really tough start. Tough offensive go last couple of years after some promise early in Pittsburgh.
Two balls and a strike.
I had Brian coming through the minor leagues when I was field coordinator over there in Pittsburgh, and approach changed a little bit. Tried to chase some power, and he's still trying to recover that swing that he saw when he first got to the big leagues and when I saw coming through the minor leagues.
Yeah, check swing there on a slider. He got caught in between, Bobby.
Yeah, he is caught in between right now, and that's been the story. You ask around, you talk to some of the people here with the Reds. He's just caught in between, trying to when you're in that situation, you got to make sure you get on the fastball. It sounds simple, but it's very difficult to do, especially when you're chasing numbers on the board.
2-2 is up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You do not want this to flip over into the one spot in the order because they might hit for Myers.
Listen, you got to challenge. When I say challenge, he's just got to be in the zone here. His best pitch in his best spot right now, literally, because it's raining very hard now.
Yeah, the rain is hauling off. 3-2, fouled back. The fans that are remaining are losing their resolve.
Right.
3-2 on Key Bryant Hayes. Time called. That will not count. It would have been ball 4. Instead, we get a moment to ourselves.
That's really late, too. That was very late. Finnegan did the right thing and threw the pitch. Just throw it so you don't try to stop yourself and end up hurt. That's a late time call. Time granted, I should say.
3-2. Here we go. Finnegan to Hayes. That's there. Strike 3. He locked him up. And the inning's over. We'll see if the tarp crew comes onto the field. They don't care. Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. By Comerica Bank, trusted banking for 175 years. And by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Go find some people down there that stuck around.
Okay.
All right. See ya. 1, 2, 3, break. All right. Our story so far. It's our Comerica Bank game summary. Here's how we got here at 5-3. Some big home run balls in this game, including Riley Green, who sent one up and out on that first pitch that he saw in the second inning. The Tigers took the lead 1-0. Then Javi Baez, a solo shot as well in the third. That was 2-0, just past the reach of Dane Myers. Matt Vierling added on with a 2-run double in the third. That was with 1 out, scoring Gleyber Torres, who's DHing tonight, and Kevin McGonigal. And that was 4-0 for the Tigers. Then 5-0 until this big swing from Matt McClain, a 2-run shot in the 5th, 5-2. Nathaniel Lowe, a solo shot in the 6th right here against Kyle Finnegan, who knew it immediately. 5-3 is your score. It's a long rain delay, and so the Tigers and Reds will engage again in game 1 of this 3-game series. Fox's window for tomorrow night at 7:15 is closing in rapidly.
Yeah, it got close real fast, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And then the tarp came on the field. Then we played rain delay questions with all of you at home, and we appreciate you so very much. That is as sincere as humanly possible. We have a great time with you and your questions, and it is our pleasure to share the time with you. And now Cincinnati is going deeper into the bullpen. It is the left-hander Brock Burke, the 29-year-old who has gotten both lefties and righties out this year at a strong clip. Our Wallside Windows pitching change.
Yeah, Burke's got some big stuff out there. 96 miles an hour on a fastball. It's a 4-seam fastball. Slider, changeup, pretty even distribution. Uses all the pitches.
He replaces Pierce Johnson. Some diehards have stayed for more Major League Baseball. It's a swing and miss. We're back underway here at Great American Ballpark at 10:53 p.m. 1 hour 49 minutes on the rain delay officially, and back at 7 minutes short of 11 o'clock. If the voice of the Bengals, Dan Horde, is watching, breakfast is less likely than it used to be, Dan. Love you. We'll find out when we end. 1 ball and a strike from Brock Burke. It's 1-2. Dan is one of the best in the business,
He's unbelievable.
by the way. Your guy in Pawtucket.
Absolutely. He was a play-by-play man on the radio for the Pawtucket Red Sox when I played there. Great human.
The voice of the Bengals and Bearcats, a legend in this industry. 1-2 coming. And Glaber parks that in an empty seat down the right field line.
And this is hard to do. I mean, this was not just a 10-15 minute rain delay. This was a long one. This is really hard to do. You try to stay loose down there, try to relax a little bit, but now you got to lock it back in and play ball.
How?
You just try to find a way to get back to the same mentality you had when, before the rain delay came. And it's sometimes, your mind drifts during the delay in the clubhouse and what have you, playing games, doing all types of different things.
Strike 3, Burke plucks strike 3 from the inside corner. That is just the 5th strikeout for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Usually Glaber doesn't get beaten there, but that's an absolute perfect pitch by Burke. Down and in, 97 miles an hour. We told you, once this bullpen door opens, swings open for the Reds, a bunch of big arms come down there. 97, 98, seemed like all of them.
A.J. Hinch was feeling that before the game.
Yeah.
As he was talking about the bullpen door swinging open.
Man. He's like, yeah, poor Terry Francona. He's got 9 guys down there to throw 100.
Oh, Kevin McGonigal gets hit and drops the bat. Hope he's all right. Yikes. They've been pitching him inside all night, Bobby.
Yeah, I don't know if that got hand or got the forearm. Looks like it got just above. Well, we'll get a good look here.
Let's see.
Ooh, man. That's off the hand.
It is off the hand.
That's a sinker at 96, up and in. We talked about how they're trying to crowd him with the fastball. He's proven he can hit the fastball over the plate. They're trying to crowd him with the fastball and spin him away. That one just got too tight, couldn't get out of the way. It looks like he's, right now anyway, going to be okay.
Well, that is as good of a sign as you can get.
Sure it is.
He's just gritting his teeth and getting into running position. Matt Vierling, the hitter. That's ball 1. Foul ball, first base side.
Now the hope, quite frankly, the hope is that hand doesn't swell up on McGonigal.
How quickly does that happen?
It just depends. Sometimes it can happen very quick. Sometimes it can just be kind of a process, and by the time you make the trip around the bases, you look down and it's not feeling as good as you hoped it would.
He just looked at his hand as we were watching him over at first base. He's flexing it. It's pretty red.
Yeah, it is
not
red.
Shockingly. But knowing him, I mean, you'd have to. Well, wild horses would have to.
And he's going to want to. He's going to want to try to stay in. And sometimes this is where, depending on, certainly they're not going to risk anything. But the evaluation, Tiger trainers, AJ, sometimes you got to pull the reins back for his own good. We'll see. I mean, if he feels like he's okay, they're going to let him go.
2-2. Popped up. Middle infield, and here come all the Redlegs. And eventually it is caught in the middle of the diamond for out number 2. T. Brian Hayes comes over.
Pretty good change up there from Burke. Got Matt Fearling to pop that up in the air. Fastball 96, 97. We've seen that already from Burke. Change up there 88.
Strike one from Burke to Dylan Dingler. There goes McGonigal. Throw down to second base. Feet first. He is safe. Take his hand. He'll use his feet.
Yeah, good job there. He got that one off Burke. Timed him up. He was taken off really even before. There's a tell that Anthony Sanders, the Tigers' first base coach, picked up. And as soon as McGonigal saw it, he took off. Then Burke lifted his leg. Good hard slide, feet first in there. Beat the throw. That's a nice job right there getting that bag.
Would love to add on a run here in what could be just a bonkers finish, or could be some level of sanity. You'd rather have a little distance between you and the Reds in this ballpark.
No doubt.
Foul ball right side, and the chase will be on for a souvenir.
And again, difficult to come back out. Kickstart the engine again, get it going. Love to scratch one across. Big 2-out knock will go a long way right here.
Fastball fouled away, whisked back to the screen. Cincinnati in the bottom of the 7th. We'll have the top of the order. 1, 2, and 3 coming up. They've got homers in each of the last 2 innings. A Matt McClain 2-run shot, a Nathaniel Lowe solo homer. Will Vest is getting loose in the Tigers bullpen for that top of the card. No word on whether or not Eugenio Suarez is available. It was mid-back pain that kept him out. He was a late scratch tonight. Nothing really heals your mid-back like sitting around for 2 hours doing nothing.
No kidding. That's a tough. That's a big ask. A guy who's got a bag, been sitting around, like you said, doing next to nothing, probably the majority of the game, if not all of it. At some point, maybe try to test it to see what he could do.
Chopper back to Burke. Inning over. 5-3 your score. Tiger lost 7th inning stretches right now.
April 29th at the Home Depot.
The summer weekends begin with $5 Fridays. Be at Comerica Park Friday, May 1st. Tigers take on the Rangers. As soon as gates open, 16-ounce beers are going to be $5 through the end of the 3rd inning. Head to tigers.com/party to learn more. And that is part of the upcoming schedule without t-shirt cannons. Brought to you by Bet365. Tonight, 7:15. Tomorrow, 1:30. Coming up on Sunday, 3 at Atlanta. And then the Tigers and Rangers, the Tigers and the Red Sox. Feels like we've been done with Boston at home very early for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Last year closed at Fenway, of course. But that was that Javi Baez series when Javi launched the Grand Slam to win, as Will Vest is out of the bullpen after Finnegan threw an inning and a third. Inning and 2/3 actually, with the caught stealing. So our wall side windows pitching change is Will. His first pitch is to Dane Myers, and it's ball 1. Two and 0.
Gotten behind here, 2-0. Fastball's coming out hot, 97, 98. More accustomed to what we've seen from Will Vest.
Could have been challenged. Would have gotten a strike call. 2-0. Not in this ballpark.
No.
Just can't.
No. Just don't want to fall behind and fall in predictable counts.
That was challengeable as well, it looked like.
It's interesting. Usually, Dylan England's been very aggressive on those challenges, and he's been right. It's not like he's challenged a bunch of times and lost, so you're a little gun shy. It's not what's happened.
Here's McLean, whose 2-run homer last time up brought the Reds back into this thing. Will misses again. Just got to bite your lip here and do some work. Strike.
These are big misses. I mean, he's right around the dish, but again, they're misses nonetheless.
Throw to first. Myers is back. Double play would be nice.
That'd be fantastic.
Just
right
saying.
Now. Throw that slider away. Let him hit it at McGonigal. Got half of that right.
Yeah, that was the idea. By the way, good news that Kevin stays in here.
Yes.
Good point. He's hit by a pitch in the top of the inning, and that thing is pretty ballooned. 2-1 inside. Ellie De La Cruz is next.
I'd rather not see him with first and second.
He is as electric as his batting gloves. 3-1 is a strike and no challenge. It just wrapped on the door of the zone. Three and 2 to McLean. Myers at first. A second throw on him. So if you throw again and don't get him, that's a balk. Three and 2. It's a high fly ball. Deep left center field. Green is back, and that ball is out of here. The second 2-run home run in as many at-bats for Matt McLean, and we're even at 5. Just can't give them free base runners here.
Fall behind, Jason, and you got to come in there. Like you said, Ellie De La Cruz looming. You just didn't want to just put him on. And again, the misses weren't terrible misses. He was around the zone, but they were misses nonetheless. And McLean got a fastball in, and he just squared it up.
Here's De La Cruz. Look, the Tigers are 23rd in bullpen walk rate in baseball.
Yeah.
This was unexpected for this team, and it has hurt.
It has.
That walk to Myers eventually comes back to roost. McLean has 2 2-run homers because Myers walked in front of him twice.
Both times. Absolutely right. Both times.
And it's not like the Tigers pitchers aren't trying to throw strikes.
Of course.
Like, that's not to browbeat. It's simply to say that when your bullpen is going to give out free bases,
right,
you're going to pay for it sometimes.
You know, one of the things that when you come to the big leagues, it's one of the things that's most shocking. Free bases, the walks, any kind of free base, every 90 is important. In errors, you get punished for those things very swiftly up here.
2 and 2, cranked down the left field line. Green watches it fly foul. Not by much at all.
That was very close. And there's just not a lot of foul territory over there. I mean, what are we getting a great look on our camera here? That's 2 feet. Whoa.
think one of those changeups here. I mean, the league throws him basically 1 out of every 4 pitches is off speed.
A changeup away and bounce it. If you go changeup away here, bounce it, then maybe you go challenge fastball up well above the zone.
Right back at Vest into center field off a fastball. De La Cruz is on. He tried to steal in the 5th, and now this leads to a tactical standoff between Terry Francona and A.J. Hinch and Dylan Dingler and Ellie De La Cruz.
Absolutely. He's going to be looking to go here. That's what he does. The Tiger pitching coach Chris Fetter is going to take a walk to the mound. They're going to talk about it. Both how they want to go after Stewart and how they're going to keep Ellie De La Cruz right there at first base.
Well, we've seen this with the Reds, that when Ellie De La Cruz steals a bag, you see they're a very much over 500 team. 635 winning percentage, 467 when he does it. The other thing that is just history repeating itself is that Terry Francona is 12th now on the list of managers who've managed the most games against the Tigers.
Wow.
254 games against the Tigers for Terry Francona. That's 12th all time. Number 1 is Connie Mack at 1,068. No matter how resolute Tito is about managing baseball games, and the game is better for having him in the dugout.
Oh man, that guy.
He's not going to get to 750 more against the Tigers.
You mean he's not going to catch Cornelius McGillicuddy?
He's not. Chopper to third base. Keith waits for it and throws it to first. There's one away. De La Cruz gets to second. Connie Mack fits along with our rain delay questions from earlier because he was wearing a hat and a shirt and tie.
Yeah, suit. Yeah.
In the dugout.
Right in the dugout. That was the attire once upon a time.
Look at that. I mean, Bucky Harris managed 468 games against the Tigers, and he's 600 short of Cornelius McGillicuddy.
But there are only 2 teams in the league then.
I know. It's a 100-game schedule. I mean, that's awesome. Ground ball foul. Connie Mack managed for 53 years.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
If you include like player manager, player manager. There were 3 years he was a player manager with Pittsburgh, but Philadelphia, 1901 to 1936, all the way through 1950. 1901 to 1950, he was the primary manager for Philadelphia until he was 87 years old.
No hot seat in Philly then, huh?
No. He was. I mean, he finished first to 2 in the division. That's a swing and a miss on a fastball. Steer is sent away by Vest. That is a huge second out, Bobby.
Yeah, well, and it's a well-located fastball. The fastball was hotter earlier in the inning, but he wasn't getting it where he wanted to. Had command of this one. That's a dot on the edge. He's not hitting that. No one is.
That's going to be it for Will Vest. Brant Herter is going to come on. We'll see if Suarez is available here. You'd imagine this might be a time where he would show his face. Tied at 5 in the 7th.
Taking care of our own.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Jake Rogers jamming in the background. A.J. Hinch trying to lock in on the game. Our wall side windows pitching change. Brant Herter is on. Nathaniel Lowe will bat. Left on left. De La Cruz, who can fly at second base. And the first pitch is ball 1. The Reds have tied this game in the 7th on a Matt McClain 2-run homer. It's his first multi-home run game of his 26 years on Earth and his time in Major League Baseball. 1-0 is off. It's 2-0 on Lowe. bullpen starting again with Drew Anderson and the Tigers relief corps. 2-0, that's a strike. Two-seamer had enough run to catch the zone, and the Reds only have one challenge left.
Yeah, and then again,
didn't catch the zone.
Again, behind hitters, something that is very unlike the Tiger bullpen.
He laid off 3 balls and a strike on low. You have the right-hander Stevenson next. Chopper to second base. Javi waits for it, throws it, and it's wide. Cincinnati takes the lead. Man, oh man.
Javi had a notion to come get that ball, get the short hop. It was a high chopper off the bat. Decided to lay back, and the ball played him, had the rush to throw. Another free base, another error. Once you do that, De La Cruz is clearly going to get third. He's cruising around the bag, turns it on. It's too little, too late.
That is not good.
No, not at all.
At all. Going to double the lead. Stevenson to second base. Look, Nathaniel Lowe had 2 at-bats left on left all year.
Yeah.
You're given the opportunity because of a short bench to get the matchup you want. You get the result you want, and you don't pay it off. Yeah. That is just killer.
Yeah, it's circumstance. Circumstance gave you the matchup you want to because Gino's not available. That's the second at bat, left on left, like you said. And again, getting behind hitters, having to come in with the pitches they want versus where you want to go. Makes it tough on the Tigers. Be out of the inning too.
Oh yeah, you'd be 5-5 instead. Now you're worried about if you can pick up 2 more against the best bullpen in the league.
That's right.
Tigers since last year, when committing 1 error, are 26-49.
Right.
That's 23 under. When committing 0 errors, the Tigers are 80-39. That is 41 over 500. This team plays matchups and margins as well as anybody.
That's right.
But if you falter at the margin, you have 0 opportunity generally to make up for it.
To make up, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
One, 2. That is strike 3. And the inning is over, but Cincinnati pays it off in a big way around the delay.
These, we have the meat.
Well, maybe walks don't hurt you that much. Cincinnati's got the best bullpen ERA in Major League Baseball. They've walked the entire region out of the bullpen, but they have not been hurt by it. 15% walk rate is enormous. Tony Santillan has that. It's our wall side windows pitching change. What really buoys it is all that hard throwing you were talking about, a strikeout rate over 30%.
When you're punching tickets like that, you'll live with a few extra walks. Now, you definitely don't want to be last in walks. That's not the goal, but you have some wiggle room when you've got power arms down there in that bullpen. And again, bullpen door swings open, another dude, upper 90s, mid to upper 90s with a good breaking ball. That'll punch some dudes out.
Tony Santillan has had a scintillating start to this year. 29-year-old out of the state of Texas. He is not even close to the hardest thrower out there, but here's the problem. The league is 3 for 26 against his fastball. He's given up 0 extra base hits on any pitch all year. Wow. And he sprinkles in a slurve. He's thrown 2 sliders all year, but he's a 2-pitch pitcher. Really.
A good fastball. It's a low slot, not quite sidearm, just low, call it low 3/4. You don't get a great look at the baseball. It's a very high spin rate. We've talked about that, I'm sure, throughout the broadcast as well. Fights gravity, stays on the same plane, and he does so from a low release, which means that at the top of the zone, which is where he pitches, it really rides out.
Like that.
You say 94, that's right at a major league average fastball. That 94 does not play 94, probably plays closer to 96, 97.
Oh, 2 way upstairs on one of those fastballs. 1-2 for Riley Green. Cincinnati scored 4 in the 7th in and around the rain delay. 2-2 for Riley. Does he come back and spin him something?
No, I think you stay with the heater right here. There's a reason his walk rate is what it is. He's one of those Mr. Middles guys, but his when he's in the zone, it's got enough power and deception to beat guys.
3-2 on Riley Green. Well, this is the full experience.
This is exactly what we're talking about. This is what you see.
Into the glove, strike 3. Back to the fastball again, 1 away.
Again, that thing plays up, especially when I say play up, it feels harder than it is. It's functionally harder than what the number on the board says. That 93 is anything but.
A lot of horizontal on that puppy.
A lot of horizontal, low vertical release angle, low arm angle to begin with.
Now the breaking ball festival begins. Torque had one of the 5 walks tonight for the Tigers back in the 6th. Figure it will be Santillan in the 8th, Emilio Pagan in the 9th. Torque sprays a fastball.
That just lets you know right there. 2-0 fastball, you know you're getting one. He's missed with 2 breaking balls. It's outer third. Torque put a good swing on it, but just couldn't quite get there.
He got there way back. 7-6. Oh, mercy.
That ball was absolutely tattooed. Second deck here at Great American. When you fall behind people, you get predictable. You have to come in with fastballs. Major league hitters are going to make you pay. I don't care what shirt you have on. Doesn't matter. Took the 2 breaking balls away, fouled off 1 fastball, got another one and smashed it. That's good hitting.
3rd straight game with a home run for Torque. So, you know, it was just like 2024 yesterday when he had a game winner. It was in the 8th inning in 24 against the Marlins. This was a walk-off yesterday. That ball hit well by Colt to right field, and the Tigers are not going to put their head on the pillow very quickly.
This is Torque. Look at that. Heater in. Short swing. That's as short a swing as he's taken all year. Didn't try to do too much. Just met him at the spot. Said, see you in the second deck.
Javi Baez. Right side is wide open, and Javi labels this right at shortstop. Keith gets back. There are 2 down. A little humpback line drive eventually ending up at De La Cruz, and now Kerry Carpenter, the lead run at the plate.
See if Kerry can get timed up. Be a great time to check back in.
Got 5 homers this year. High fly ball, deep right field. Make that 6 home runs. A Tigers lead out of nowhere. Bombs away in Cincinnati.
There was one pitch he was looking for. He wasn't worried about no sweeper, slurve. It was a heater. Get on time and do something with it. Employee number 30. Put one in the seats, Jack. You got to love that, baby.
Well, we thank you for joining us here at Great American Pinball Machine. I mean, the flippers are live tonight. 1-0. Labor saw that well, and he flicks it out to right field. Well, the Tigers, as Barry Manilow said, have made it through the rain. And they've kept themselves connected.
Oh, man. Boom.
I like that point of view.
You got to like that.
What a blast. A 436-foot home run means Tigers fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. Was that an ad lib? What a blast. The answer, no. Good question, Bobby. 436. That deserves some drinks.
It does.
Yeah, it does. That's a new one. Here we go. TJ Friedel's going to bat. He hits for Key Brian Hayes. Drew Anderson is out of the bullpen, trying to bring some version of sanity to this tomfoolery. Drew spins a curveball to TJ Friedel, who had a career high 18 home runs 3 years ago, but his OPS plus to start the year just at 26. It's been a rough go so far for Friedel, who's behind 0-2.
Drew Anderson still trying to find his footing as a Tiger.
This would be a nice time for a quick inning.
Sure would.
There is out number 1. A changeup tears down Friedel.
Good pitch there by Drew Anderson. That's that kick change he's developed. Just kills the grip, kills the velocity, gets some good action down and away from left-handed hitters, throws it over the middle of the plate, but it goes below the zone. It's a good pitch.
One down, foul ball for Dane Myers, who, pro tip, don't walk him ahead of McClain.
It's not gone well when the Tigers have done that today.
He has trotted home twice on home runs by McClain. There is Matt McClain, who's hit 2 home runs tonight. Myers is behind 1-2. Drew Anderson has come in and thrown strikes.
That's the key. I mean, it sounds elementary and obvious, but we've seen the alternative tonight. You get behind hitters, you walk guys, you give a bunch of free bases, you don't make plays. This game is very penal. You will get punished very swiftly afterwards.
Two and two on Myers. Drew shakes. Drew nods. His 2-2. Breaking ball kind of hung around the zone.
Yeah, it was a little higher than he wanted it for sure. That one just backed up on Drew Anderson.
See Myers' reaction.
He's shaking his head, and he's shaking. Both of them are shaking his head. He missed one, and Anderson's like, I don't want to throw it there again.
Oh boy, that's close. That might have been worth a challenge.
Where's that?
Oh, it's just off. It's a good non-challenge. That was very close.
Got a better view than we have.
Yeah, we don't have the box on the screen. Kathy from Traverse City has a better view than we have.
That's right.
Fly ball right field. Long run for Carpenter. Oh, nice catch on the redirect. Three and two to Myers. He doesn't chase much. He doesn't swing and miss much at all. He punched out in the third against Fromber. 3-2. Got to throw him a strike. It is. That's a challenge. Boy, he took a second or two.
That feels like the same one that was not allowed yesterday.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. It is a strike.
Yeah.
Confirmed, Cincinnati's out of challenges.
Jahmai Jones had one yesterday. He kind of thought about it, then challenged. I felt like it was the same one right there from Myers. Either way, he did, and it was a strike.
Now they're out of challenges.
Yeah.
Cincinnati cannot challenge a call from the plate umpire. Here is McLean, who's homered twice in his last two at-bats, and he takes a strike. How would you pitch him after seeing these last two at-bats?
Well, I'd definitely stay away from fastballs. I mean, he's ahead of him now.
On a changeup. Left field side, Riley Green. You said it. It happened. 1-2-3 inning for Drew Anderson to the ninth. Be at Comerica Park, first through the third, to watch your Tigers take on the Texas Rangers. $5 beers Friday, crew neck giveaway Saturday, Sunday night baseball to wrap up your weekend. Head to tigers.com/tickets and get yours today. Tigers trying to add on against Graham Ashcraft out of the bullpen for Cincinnati. How'd you like a 98-mile-an-hour cutter for your wall side windows pitching change?
Getting ready to get one right here.
Best of luck to you and yours. It's a ground ball to second base to start off the ninth on one of those cutters. McGonigal is out, and we get a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
One down for the Tigers in the ninth. You would imagine Kenley Jansen will come to visit in the bottom of the ninth. And you would imagine right.
Getting hot down there in the Tiger bullpen. Like you said it all day, especially in this ballpark, finding a way to get an add-on run certainly wouldn't hurt the cause.
Oh boy, that's a fun way to spend your 11:41 p.m.
Oh man, those guys that go back there, they know what they're signing up for. It still doesn't make it fun, that's for sure.
This is one of those positions where advancements in technology have been super helpful over the years.
That's right. Oof.
2-1 to Vierling. Ball tried to threaten the inside corner and missed. Kind of a weird trajectory on that slider.
It really was. It just acted like it wanted to break and did nothing.
Chopper third base. Stewart has moved over there. 2 down. The Reds in the 9th will lead off with Elly De La Cruz. Just where you want to be in a one-run game.
Yeah, no thank you. Again, dangerous in a lot of different ways. He can get on. He can do other things. We won't mention it.
No. He's got to be an out for you to feel at all comfortable.
Correct.
Kenley Jansen getting tuned up. Remember, Cincinnati has not lost a game decided by 2 runs or 1 run all year. They are 10-0. They are 6-9 otherwise. They're 10-0 in games decided by 2 or 1. That's a strike.
Right at the top of the zone there. That cutter and slider there.
Kicked up some chalk, didn't get a swing. 1-2. Laz Diaz, who will have the plate tomorrow, waves it off. It's a 7:15 start time tomorrow night. 19 hours or so. 2-2 on Dylan Dingler.
Cutter at 99 from Ashcraft.
Three and 2.
You see some of the numbers. Bullpen ERA low, walks high, a lot of deep counts from this Cincinnati bullpen, but a lot of power to retire some of these hitters.
Ashcraft walked 52 in 26 starts in his 2nd year in the big leagues. He gets inside with a cutter that time. He was a starter up until last year when he made 62 appearances out of the Cincinnati bullpen. It's a pretty good effect. An ERA sub-4. His ERA plus this year is 2.95. He's been that good.
Wow.
That was in Dylan's kitchen, his living room, his foyer.
Went in the kitchen and made a sandwich.
It did.
Back when he was a starter, it was a 4-pitch arsenal. Now it's just 2 coming out of that bullpen. And it seems like that cutter, that movement's unpredictable. That one was very straight.
He walks Dylan Dingler, so Riley Green will get a crack at Ashcraft. All right, how about a 2-run homer?
That would be fantastic right here.
Just saying. Riley hit his 3rd of the year in the 2nd inning. He wanted to. Again, Elly De La Cruz will lead off in the bottom of the 9th. He has been on 3 times tonight. He scored 1 run. He was caught stealing once and left at first the other time. 0-1. Another chopper foul on another cutter. 0-2.
So tough on Riley. He's throwing that cutter inner third. It's just doing enough to get off the barrel. It's not a lot of break, only just about 3 inches. But it's enough to not, for Riley not to be able to square it up.
Fly ball right field. Hines is there. He makes the catch. The inning is over. The Tigers have 3 outs to get to finish the shenanigans in the win column.
No better lawyers.
Wall side windows pitching change is Kenley Jansen, who has 482 career saves, thanks to 6 on the board this year as a Tiger. He has pitched in Cincinnati about a dozen times, and he's only allowed a 410 OPS in this ballpark, which is shocking considering how this place plays. Reds fans who have stuck around, whether mustachioed like Mr. Redlegs or not, are hoping for a comeback with Elly De La Cruz leading off. He's been on 3 times. He can fly. He's attempted a steal and been caught stealing, and he scored a run.
Yeah, it's pivotal. It's pivotal to get him out.
First one from Kenley Jansen, late night in Cincinnati, is in for a strike. The Reds are out of challenges for this 9th inning. The Tigers have 2.
First cutter perfectly located down.
High pop-up. McGonigal roams out. It's Green calling him off, and Riley has out number 1. That is just enormous to get De La Cruz.
Yeah, good job right there by all involved. Kenley made a quality pitch. And then Riley Green came and got that ball, called off the infielder, McGonigal, and secured the baseball. Really important. Keep him off the base pass.
Now Sal Stewart, the young Cincinnati Red, who was a breakout star the first week of the year. He reached 3 or more times in his first 4 games each. The youngest player to do it since at least 1900. And now he faces Kenley Jansen in the 9th, a gentleman who is 14 years his elder. 16 years his elder. Stewart at 22. Kenley Jansen 38. The 1-1 off the delay is swung through on the cutter, 1-2.
That's a good one at the top of the zone. That's the remarkable thing, I think, with Kenley Jansen's cutter is his ability to locate it wherever. He can go low, all 4 quadrants, start it just off the plate, run it back on that arm side, start it just on the plate, run it off on that glove side for him.
1-2 now. Oof, just missed. Wow.
That is about as close as you can get there. Really good pitch.
2-2. Got him. Cutter sizzling past Stewart. 2 down, and the Tiger fans who've made it here to Cincinnati and lasted can only hope for a final one.
Now a little extra zip on that cutter. It's so late, Jason, and it's so subtle. It's not a big cutter. There's no depth to it. Only 3 to 4 inches of horizontal break, but that's all it needs to miss bats.
There's a foul ball to our right. Well, Peaches brought his glove. Nothing in 1. That was not far from the radio booth.
No, that was very close.
I don't know if Dickerson and Petrie had that on their Dan's card tonight.
Probably not. It was definitely not on Dan's pitcher card, I can tell you that.
0-1 to Steer. 2 out, bases clear. Ooh, challenge. Yeah, I think that's a strike.
Calls the ball, the catcher's challenging.
Let's see, what do you got? ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. It's either 1-1 or 0-2. The answer is strike.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Overturn, the count's 0-2.
Dylan Dingler, challenge assassin, makes it 0-2.
We've questioned all night, but boy, he pulled out a great time to ask for the first one.
Just put the red dot on the corner.
I mean, that's like the width of the seam of the baseball. But it got it.
And Kenley Jansen on 0-2. No. One, two. Check swing, did he?
To go with Las Diaz, it must be a double.
That was real close.
That was very close again. He's had 3 opportunities tonight. All 3 have not gone the pitcher's way.
2-2. In the air, center field and down. So it's going to be like this. Just short of midnight. The tying runs at first. The winning runs at the plate now. It's off the plate.
Sure is. Pretty good job of hitting. 2 strikes protected.
Kenley Jansen threw 36 pitches a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
9 of them against Sal Frelick in a lengthy affair. 8-7, the Tigers with the lead here in Cincinnati. And you know what? What's a light show between friends? The bachelor party's still here. They're probably enjoying it. Down the third base side. Although after that long day, I don't know, the strobe lights are probably the perfect solution.
Not exactly the choice they were looking for. They are engaged.
And some have shirts on.
Some should put their shirts back on.
8-7 Tigers. Bottom 9. 2 out. Nathaniel Lowe, whose ground ball opened the floodgates in the 7th inning. He's only seen Jansen twice. Steer at first. 2 out. Lowe fouls the ball away left side.
That was a 2-seamer from Kenley Jansen. Sinking fastball there. Doesn't throw many of those.
Throw to first. Loudest reaction in a while here in Cincinnati is a revolt against the pickoff.
I think that ball cut on torque. He had a big smile on his face as he caught it.
Oh, 1. Oh my goodness gracious. Fly ball, right field, warning track, wall, and out of here, and Cincinnati walks it off on a 2-run homer for Nathaniel Lowe. An outrageous night ends in a Cincinnati walk-off.
Wow.
5 hours and 5 minutes after the first pitch tonight, Cincinnati hits the end of the long and winding road with a Lowe homer to get to 17-9.
It was a sinker from Kenley Jansen. Threw him 3 that at bat. That one was up. Lowe didn't miss it.
Truly heartbreaking finish for the Tigers tonight on the road. Cincinnati is now 11-0 in games decided by 2 or 1. And the Reds go home thrilled just before the calendar turns to Saturday. dug ahead. Tigers fall 9-8. The last at bat gods turn on the Tigers after the joy of yesterday afternoon. We say farewell from the booth for Jason Disick and Andrew Blaustein and Johnny Kane, Bobby Scales, Jason Benetti, our entire marvelous crew. 9-8 your final score. Pure Auto postgame next.